market. Look at this. Look at VIX collapsing, baby. Look at that. Monthly maps are good. And we're just going to go pretty much straight up today. And the kind of hardest part is to find an entry point on this other than just aping into it at the long. But usually a lot of times when we open this far up outside of these risk interval bands, this is the green line. We usually just kind of sit out and just wait for something. It's not entirely tradable. It's going to try to work its way higher, but I really don't have a pivot to trade from. So what I like to do is just wait for an opportunity. We're going to be trucking along. Somebody's going to tweet something. One of you guys going to do something. Market's going to blip, and then I can get in on it, right? I don't like to, when we've moved up 2 or 3%, I don't like to say, gosh, I'm going to miss out on generational wealth. You guys know me. Y'all watched me trade a choppy market and make $1 million first quarter of this year, right? Doesn't take a lot of movement to make a lot of money, but it does take a fool to trade at the wrong spot to lose a lot of money very quickly. So for me, we know the market's still kind of sensitive to the Iran stuff, but we don't have our sensitivity flags on. VVIX is very low and VIX is below this triple B level. So market's going to absorb news pretty well. So like example today, they might say like something Iran, right? And then all of a sudden the market goes, ugh, and I'll get right back in on the long. Like we're not going to break existing volatile ranges on Iran news because the market's liquid enough to handle it. So any Iran whatever, I'd love to catch a dip. So what I like to do is, I know it's going to sound pretty boring right now. Sorry for blinding all of your retinas. You can send a bill to HR. Sorry about that. Everybody's eyes like, whoa, what just happened? What just happened? I'm still trying to learn how to use this little team chat. Cool. Hey, so those messages, Diego and everybody, the old messages are gone. The first ones about the timing and all that. Can y'all type them there again? Because I can't see the original message about Discord and everything. Positive resilience is support at 634. Rate of wall printing. Hey, what's up, man? Is a red line a major resistance? It is. It is a major resistance. This is that impact line on the way down on that big sell-off day we had like 3 weeks ago. So essentially, actually, no, actually, my bad. It's actually the last on the start of the bear quote unquote market. This was the day this was the impact that started it. So this is likely to be a strong resistance pivot. And if it does, honestly, this little path that we're on right here, I'm long right here at this base. And if it does sell off through here, then whatever. I don't think it will. We're not that volatile. But I think that along lines with where these bottoms are, whip out your trend lines. I think that's a good entry point. How's Matt today? I'll ask him. He's downstairs. I'm Matt's Android replacement. I come here sometimes so that Matt can sleep in. You know what I mean? Y'all run him up the wall sometimes. What's a short TP? On all bull pivots. So the problem is that in a bull market, there's no short setup, but one can always short off of every pivot if you want. The short TP though in a non-volatile bullish market is always the next resistance every time. So if I was like trying to short this, it's like little. I'm never trying to short for reversal. With this white line greater than 0, this is support. It says it right there. So this is also support. If we lose this, it would be extremely rare. So when you're shorting in a bull market, it's scalps only. I mean, like if you get 40 points, it's like you're golden. Like that's it. See how right here you can get 40 points 2 times, right? I wouldn't go any further than that. If I can get 10 points in S&P, I'm golden too in a bull market. In a bear market, I short to stronger supports. In a bull market, and you're scalping for a tiny little bit. How's it back? It's much better. Thank you. I threw my back. You guys know I threw my back out last week, right? What, you thought I was Brad? Hey, that's a compliment. Have you seen that guy washing cars? He could start a bikini calendar. Oh my God. You think I look like Brad? It's kind of flattering. Thanks. I've been taking care of myself a little bit. I showered last week. How do I look? You know what I'm saying? I showered last week. Hope you had a great weekend. I did. Weekend was pretty cool. I was busy though with busy work, man. Like it's just you know how busy work is when you run a business. Cozy feet. Oh yeah. Hi out, Charlie. Sirbuck came over for a little bit. Charlie and his dad came over, hung out for a hot minute. I was in between meetings, but they came over and toured the office and we hung out for a bit. Is it the hair? Oh yeah. Got the I got the side part in. Oh yeah. Your price action on Rockstars, I'm matching yours. Your open was 30, 333 on NASDAQ. Ah, you might want to roll your contract ahead, buddy. So I have rolled into the U26 contract. We're running September now. You're probably still on M. UFC was epic. We watched like 10 minutes of it. We did. We were so busy last night. iDoc was doing stuff. I was doing stuff. We had it on in the background. I watched a little bit of it. Brad needs to shave his toes. Yeah. Did you know there was a... Did you hear about the 7 magnitude Richter scale earthquake? The last time Brad shaved his toes? It was crazy. The vibration from that razor caused a 12-foot, you know, tall tsunami that crashed into a village in Polynesia. You know, knocked over everybody's huts. Crazy. It's a red line on NQ. It is a resistance pivot from the downward swing that we had. And it's just the first impact line that we had. Let me go back to here. It is, if you are bearish, it is the resistance pivot to be a bear from. So 37.47 is a pivot from, and again, maybe I could like, I hate shorting this high up, but maybe I could join you guys in a little tiny scalp here. But that is the impact line that started from actually this event. Actually in the wrong place. Probably there. Let me make sure I got in the right spot. Let me get back to here. Let's double check where it needs to be. On the way down. I actually had it in the wrong place. No, actually it's gone. No, there's nothing there anymore. Now I need to get into the tick chart, but I can't, damn it. I don't know where it is. It's gotta be somewhere in there though. That's my laziness. Okay, let me see if the S&P still has one there. It's technically not there anymore. All right. I stole Brad's playlist, so I'm gonna make you guys listen to jams today. How's that sound? Since I look like Brad the scissor feet. Look, I'm gonna play Brad's jams this morning. I feel like I'm in a jam mood today. How does that feel? Chill flow. All right, type in chat. Where are my half gap boys? Are you here? Sipping pina coladas. So actually, I don't think we actually have the impact line anymore. That was actually a mistake. That was already deleted. So we don't really have anything to short from. I wouldn't even, honestly, with such a strong bull market, I wouldn't be shorting it. And I know it's really boring. The half gap boys. Yes, sir. Are we here? Are we sipping pina coladas today? Good. You guys, welcome to the stream. Don't forget the like button. We got a really big event going on today. Huge thing going on with Blue Sky. Huge thing going on with Aqua. Big Lucid giveaway. Big My Fun and Futures giveaway. We do the most giveaways here in any other stream. We're the fastest growing stream on the biggest channels on the planet. Cooked carrots, please. Hey, we can get away with some cooked carrots here. I'm not gonna lie. The cooked carrots that I don't like, I know Brad doesn't like them. We share the same sentiment, but the ones I don't like are the ones that came in a can that you had in elementary school. Remember, you get your little tray with like your meatloaf on it, your mashed potatoes, and your cooked carrots, but they were like cinnamon sugar carrots. That flavor just traumatizingly bad. But I do like some beef stew or some chicken noodle soup that's got cooked carrots in it. Oh, you can't have stew or soup, or you can't even have curries without carrots in it. That's what I like. Those are filthy. Oh, they're so bad. Blech. You know what I'm talking about? Like the cinnamon sugar carrots you had when you were a kid? Only when you were a kid, right? They only serve those things in cafeterias. Not so good. Those, yeah, no bueno. Brad hates to cook carrots. Yeah. Well, we have a thing going on with the hatred of the cooked carrots. But in a beef stew, oh man, carrots are the flavor. And like you get stuff with good stew. iDoc made this huge, like giant thing with just like beef and potato and carrot and onion. Oh, that was it. Way to go. The square pizzas were the bomb though. I know exactly what you're talking about with the little cubed pepperoni pieces on it. Oh yeah. We're back to hitting the buy button. Yeah, pretty much. Just basically wake up, smash your keyboard against your face, and just redo all your hotkeys to equal along the market. And like, in all honesty, there's no way that's going to be a losing trade. Problem becomes, what I do in this market, and I'm going to tell you, it's really like the unsexy thing. As the markets trickle up, about maybe like one out of 5 days, I miss out on just something that keeps going up. But 4 out of 5 days, especially in this environment, Trump will give you something to play on. You just got to keep your ears open. You got to wait and be patient. Normally what I would do is I would chill and I would sit here and I'd play video games, or I'd just goof off or do some work or something.
Yeah, quite, but
and I would set alarms on my phone, or even just an entry point. So like an example is here. I'd put some longs, I'd pad some longs right around this pivot. Then I would take some other accounts and I'd put some longs around this pivot. And that way, if Trump tweets something, it'll throw me in the trade. Go down here, throw me in the trade, and then I'm good. Maybe bust an account or two here or hit a stop. Maybe this one works out. But usually when it just trickles up like this, I always am hesitant to be in at the high unless it's a free market. I call it free market, where there's just freely trading. Right now it's all news driven, so I don't chase highs on news driven markets. I let some news create an event for me to trade on. So we don't have a lot going out this week. Fed on Wednesday, retail sales on Wednesday. I mean, it's a light news week also. We really got nothing. And pretty much the Fed is going to have, there's going to be no change this week. With the way inflation numbers are going up, Michigan numbers are going up, CPI is up, PPI is up. Core CPI didn't go up as much as we thought, only 0.1%, but it still went up. Which means that core CPI over the next couple months is gonna lead behind the PPI going up. PPI went through the roof, and so did core. So we're due for like high 3s, low 4s inflation this year. So the inflation is fucked, but GDP is still going up, unemployment's still going down. I mean, market's still great on that capacity. So Wall Street's pricing at a better economic condition. And we might get a couple rate hikes, but don't let that scare you, because we had rate hikes literally in the freaking 90s. I studied this in my early days of studying charts and Fed behaviors. And in the early 90s, there was a period when we were rallying into rate hikes through here. I remember Alan Greenspan was cutting rates into Clinton's first term. Cutting rates, and that stimulated, right? The internet boom stimulated the market. This is 1994. You all remember 1994? You would wake up, it's Saturday morning. Mom, take me to Blockbuster. You go up to Blockbuster, you go there, you'd rent that video game that you rented every other month. Your save file was still on there because you're the only person that rented it. Trust me, dude, I'd rent Final Fantasy 3, which is the old Final Fantasy 6. And nobody rented that game in my town but me. So I load it back up. My save file was still there. You weren't born yet? Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, here's what you missed out. So you would go rent movies, go rent video games. You'd go on your way out. There was a Nintendo Power sitting there. You'd grab it, you'd buy it, or some kind of magazine. You'd open it up. A disc would fall out. It was AOL, 800 free hours of the internet. Back in the day when the internet was toll-based, you had to pay per hour. But all you do is get all your mom's credit cards. You would sign up for the 800 hours. You'd chat with your buddies for a week. Your 800 hours are up. You'd go back and get another CD. Mom, I need another credit card. I don't think I paid for the internet. I think I used 800 free hours for years. Anyways, that was this era, right? That's right. In the middle of the night, you'd spend the night at your grandparents' house because your parents wouldn't let you watch Beavis and Butthead like we did. We tell our grandparents, hey, can we watch cartoons? They would look at it and be like, oh, that's a cartoon. That's for kids. So anyways, that was here, and we had huge rate cuts. Alan Greenspan cutting rates into Clinton's end of his first term. And once he got elected, the market was getting a little weird, and there was there was buzz about a tech bubble. Like this internet company stuff is booming. And remember AI running this time around. Now again, I was a kid at this time, so I wasn't a trader. But imagine what it was like. This whole AI thing we have going on now was the same thing we had going on back then. Imagine 4 years of tech rally, and the entire way up, everybody's like, the internet's a fad, internet's for nerds. Nobody's gonna use this thing. What? Oh, chat room with your friends? What a stupid thing. People didn't see the utility of internet, so it was a bubble. And as the bubble was getting worse, we actually started seeing rate hikes back in here, and we still rallied for a couple more years. But the aggressive rate cuts leading into that also accelerated the bubble. Then we had, you know, the 3-year recession or whatever from the .com crash, which was here. But imagine how stupid bulls can be on chat rooms, because that's all you could do back here. Chat with your friends. There's no high-speed video. There's no websites where you ordered shit. You bought something from Amazon. It was a book. Amazon was a bookstore back in. You couldn't buy anything from Amazon unless it was a book. So that's what it was like. Y'all remember Amazon.com was a bookstore for online books. You order your book and you get it in 2 to 4 weeks. That's what it was like. So the internet had no utility, and then it rallied, and that's why we crashed. But then high-speed broadband came up, and the era of you're always online became a thing. Always online became a thing in the early 2000s, and then it became a thing for everybody in 2007 when the first iPhone came out. All previous phones had everybody on the internet, kind of like Blackberries did, but not like iPhones. iPhones brought the internet to your grandma. So from 2007, 2015, these tech companies took over, and this AI thing is the same thing. We laugh at it now, but I mean, in the 90s, and before Amazon was a bookstore, it used to be a rainforest. So, you know, as Sonk said. Anyways, the whole, you know, at the time, the internet.com bubble, people were like, what can you do with this? It's like online forums. Oh, I can check movie times. Oh, why should I be long this? Oh, how's this valuation 50 times over earnings? They don't even make earnings. I could call for movie times. Short this shit. This internet's a fad. Nobody's gonna stick around. You're having the same argument with AI right now. It's a whole new generation of people that don't understand the power of what could be. And right now, AI is not just like movie times and whatever. I've got ChatGPT helping me repair my lawn right now. So, you know, AI is creating thumbnails for people for videos. It's creating videos for people. It's creating movies for people. There's an extreme amount of utility there. And so it is the future. So, you know, I don't think there's a big AI crash coming. There's people out there that are screaming like, AI is crashing, AI is fake, AI is a fraud. I'm like, that's the same person in 1996 that was like, internet's for nerds, nerds. And they're like the person shorting it, right?
Paraguay.
And they're the one at the hedge fund party when they all get together at the bar. How much did you make? Oh, I made 7,000% this year. What about you? Oh, bro, I only made 6,000. What about you? Homeboy shorted. Womp womp. Hold on, you put like the little hat on him, like the little pointed hat. Dunce. You know, like this guy shorted it. Ugh. Oh boy, how'd that go, Johnson? Yeah, I got fired. I was like, it's for nerds.
O último jogo o Brasil ganhou de 1-0 e o outro antes desse perdeu de 1-0 pra eles.
Somebody said Claude literally is your everyday go-to assistant for pretty much everything. Yeah. You've seen a lot of false information videos made by AI? Yeah, like, you know, and there's like a lot, there's this whole new industry popping up of AI detection, right? So you have AI and you have other companies that are like, we'll tell you if these videos are fake or not. It's crazy. It's here to stay, but way overhyped at the moment. Yeah, like, the problem is it's kind of overhyped because it does so much. It like basically takes creative jobs and makes them so easy. It's writing books and movies and technical papers for people. Like, It's an enormous time saver for humans.
É doideira.
The thing is that it being a time saver, time is money in the corporate sense, so it's an efficiency bomb.
Eu falei que eu só sei dar ré, mas não numa rampa desse tamanho. Falei lá no fundo pra descer com... Não, e tá assim, ó, é lugar de manobra, não estacione aqui. Onde é que eu vou manobrar, gente? Só dá pra ir pra frente ou pra trás, tem nada de manobra nisso aqui.
My washing machine has
gente,
AI on it.
a gente tem um dia de
Like when I
paz
put my
mesmo,
clothes in,
tá
I
doido.
recommend let's put it on 30 minutes. My washing machine goes, now 15 minutes. That's really all you
fazer
need.
gato.
We've examined the load and the soil level of your clothing, and really we recommend 15 minutes. Oh, I could save on my water bill. You know, like we think about stuff like that. Your AI is gonna be in your fucking toaster. It's like you're never gonna burn toast again because it's gonna watch. It's gonna be like, oh, pop it up. You know what I'm saying? The little things. Imagine opening a Coke can and you can't open it. And you're like, what the hell? And the Coke can says,
era tão bom
put
quando
it
eu
down
sofria só
fast.
pelos trades.
Damn, stop judging me. All right.
Perdido.
All right. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine what the world will be like. You get to that point. Fucking judgmental Coke can over here. Jesus Christ, bro. Like, all right, grab the diet one. All right, fine. And it's like, don't worry, I put in an order for diet for you. It's on its way. It'll be here in an hour. And the fucking drone drops on your front porch. And then the other Coke goes, initiating self-destruct sequence, and it blows up. Imagine this world we live in.
É ruim de sacar. Nossa, Deus. Aquela que eu ganhei, eu não ia dar conta de sacar, não.
You know what I'm saying?
Como assim? Não preciso fazer nada?
Porque era só 35%.
Seriously, like Jetsons in real life.
Você tem de coisa lá, de imagem.
All right, we're pressing higher. I think the price resistance we see on S&P is 76.42.
Era mais
I'm trying to make any
difícil
trades, but in
pelos
this environment, I
trem que eu vi.
really don't. You guys know me, I'm a super cautious trader. No reason to risk anything.
Eu não sei, então eu li errado, seu pai.
Nós nunca sacou em lugar nenhum.
nenhum.
Nós nunca sacou em lugar nenhum. Tá querendo escolher ainda.
Let's have a little chat about Blue
Pra
Sky. We were
saber o
talking
que
about
é
these guys earlier.
difícil, mas ela
One of the
parecia
newest
ser mais
firms on the
difícil
roster.
de
You guys know
fazer,
PropScore. Let me give you a little
entendeu?
detail what PropScore is.
Porque
It's a free
quando
service.
eu
I created
comecei
this
a
free
ler as
service
regras e tudo
for you
lá,
guys.
parecia que não... Agora eu não vou
make
lembrar
any,
o que é, não. Eu não lembro
subscription
onde é que eu
fees,
tenho que
nothing.
estacionar, imagina.
And what PropScore is, here's a link, and I recommend everybody go here
Lembrar
really
desses
quick.
detalhes.
Make an account. It is a prop firm ranking
Mas eu
site
sei que
algorithmic
fiquei com essa
ranking based on an
sensação de ser mais
equation.
difícil, que tinha que fazer não
There's no
sei quanto,
subjectivity,
depois
it's
não
an
sei
equation
quanto,
that
aí
I
era só
invented. So the equation
35%
looks at the
de...
return on investment per time, per difficulty, per payout
Como que chama aquele
restrictions.
negócio?
It gives an
meu
overall
Deus?
score. Higher return, higher score.
Não vou
Less
lembrar.
time, higher score to pay
De
out.
consistência
Less
lá,
difficulty,
que
higher
você só
score,
pode
and
fazer
fewer
valor bem
restrictions, higher
baixo.
score. And so every prop firm is weighed left and right. I was inspired by the idea that
Consistência, era
some
trem
firm may cut
assim,
their prices
bem
but add a
assim.
rule. Some firm may take away a rule but add days to pay out.
Gente, não
Right? So
sacou
that
de
push-pull, it's
nenhum,
like, what's the
humilha
real
seu pai,
value?
joga
Uai.
nas
So we
caras.
made an equation that's a value
Faz
equation.
sentido
It's
esse
return on
argumento,
investment
eu
per
não.
time against the liquidity or the restrictions,
Verdade,
right?
isso aqui tem um ponto.
Any value of any investment is valued in the
Tá
same
certo.
token. So every firm account period is ranked mathematically. It's a scale from 5 to 10, 5 being the
Eu
worst
queria
of the
era saber
accounts,
do Rips,
10 being the
que
best of the
ele
accounts,
tá.
and 8 being right in the middle. And
Eles
when
desistiram
I
de
rank
dar
by
a mesa pra
accounts, you can
gente,
see
que a
all
gente
the
não
accounts are
apareceu no
ranked
dia.
all right here. The highest ranked account currently in PropScore is My Funded
Com
Futures,
certeza,
Rapid
né?
25K.
Claro.
TPT,
são cuzão.
25K is next, and so on, right?
Por que você tá mais grilado com
Anything that's
ele?
above a
O que ele fez dessa
9.0 is
vez?
goated.
Nada, ele
Not
só
that
é.
many firms to beat 9.0. Currently, there are 4 firms that are greater than 9. That's how much
Não,
they're
é
ahead of
porque
they are for
foi
the rest of the pack. There's a
sacanagem,
lot of
né?
really
O
good ones.
negócio foi
Anything above 8 is
num
considered
sábado,
really
não foi?
good.
Não,
Que
foi
ele
sexta.
falou do
Anything
negócio
close to
lá.
8 is average. Anything
Não,
below 8 is subpar,
pra
and
gente
then,
assistir.
needs improvement
Ah,
or whatever.
sexta-feira
Era
de
num
noite.
dia lá.
So,
Então,
you guys have been
sexta-noite,
familiar
aí
with
ele
these.
pega e
We've
vai dar a
worked with
mesa
these
na
guys
outra
tremendously, but
sexta.
Na outra
we reached out to
quarta,
this
acho.
guy and we're like, we need to talk to you guys. Do y'all know y'all are ranked like number 3 on our
Não,
site?
foi sexta. Sei lá, foi
Que ele
o
deu
dia
a
que eu
conta foi na
assisti
quarta.
que
Which
ele
is
decidiu
excellent.
ir.
The site calls it
Pois
excellent.
é, aí ele
And
pega e
so
vai na
we're like,
outra
let's
semana pra
get some
poder
giveaway
fazer
accounts. So
o
we'll do a
trem.
giveaway with these guys really quick. Yeah, it's some data,
Eu
right?
tinha
You
que
guys
ter
love me some
tudo
data?
no
I know you
mesmo-
guys like some data.
Na mesma época.
Somebody said, "Do we sell off?" I think the yellow line there is a resistance, but I wouldn't bet that we are selling off. I want to be long the market closer to the open. I'm letting it pull back to there, and I want to long one more time. I'm gonna let it pull back just a little bit. So when I go down to the firm, I can click on the firm page right here, and all the accounts will show up. So you can see that they're all here. And the way that the scores work is there's 5 independent scores and 1 review score. Prop score is the overall value of the account. Now, when you subdivide into the other pieces, there's 4 little scores that go with it. Simplicity is all the rules. ET-MLL ratio, consistency, DLL, things like that are there. Return on investment is the payout that you get per failure attempts, the cost that you put in to fail to finally pass. So how much you can get out of the account per dollar for all that you spend to pass. Drawdown per price is how big the drawdown is per dollar you spend, and price per time in the market is how quick you can pass per dollar you spend. So what I liked when I read these scores here is that very few firms have greens in all categories. A lot of times you see, like, as you see even with the blue sky, right? There's always a downside. There's always like cheap account, but you know, cheap payout. There's always like, you know, quick to pass, but harder rules, right? There's always a this. Very few firms out there nail green across the board. There's usually like one green, or 2, and everything else is like orange and red. But these guys have 4 things that are green, which are fantastic, which is crazy. Quick path to payout, best in class, literally best in class per dollar spent. It's a $30 account with activation fee. You can't really beat that. But the ROI is really good for the dollars that you're spending because it's very cheap to pass, so your ROI is going to be better because your I is smaller. Simplicity is good because the rules are great. Eval, it's 2 days to pass on the first eval, and there's like a 2-stage buffer process. You can think of like 2 stages, but essentially like you have to get, after you pass your eval, there's like this buffer stage that you have to get past, and then you have a free funded stage. And the free funded stage, it's literally the same account as My Funded Futures, Rapid, and TPT Pro. It's a 1-day trading day with no consistency, no DLL. 1 day to profit target, that's it. And it's a smaller cost for a smaller payout. It's like the value version of those accounts where people don't want to spend as much. The buffer region in the middle is kind of interesting. It's like when you pass the first phase, you can reset it for 49 bucks to start over. But once you get to the middle buffer phase, then you can reset back to the middle for 250, I believe is what it is, instead of starting all the way over. So imagine like your whole journey in a prop firm, you have like 5 days to pass and you reset, you gotta start all over. These guys, you start over from day 3. So 3, 4, and 5, you can redo and reset from the middle, which makes it kind of nice. Super fire, right? So they have this like clever way of like, you make it this way. You don't have to reset all the way at the beginning. You can reset, boom, right in the middle. So it makes it kind of cool. And we thought that was a neat, it's different, right? But the benefit of that is it's kind of like competing with this, what used to be like, remember how Apex was popular for a while? And now everybody hates them. But everybody's like, where do I go now, right? I used to like paying $20 and $30 for an account because we call it the cheap to fail model, activation fee, right? Whenever you're a really good trader, you might not want activation fee because usually the payouts are slightly smaller. Oops. But the accounts are cheaper. But if you're in the mode of like, I fail like 3 or 4 times or 5 times or 10 times before I even pass, you fail a lot, that's what you want. These accounts, like Top Step was like this, Apex was like this, and Blue Sky's like this. And those are some of the biggest firms in the world because it's insanely inexpensive in the learning phase of your journey, right? That's kind of what the whole point is that you may not want to pump out 128 bucks for the full gambit every time you're losing. But let me show you something interesting about our top ranked firms out there. Let's pull up like the Rapid 50K on My Funded Futures, which is like one of the top ranked accounts there. Look at this. It's $126 all in. Okay. But with Blue Sky right now, it's $129 all in. It's exactly the same, but you only pay $30 when you fail. It's an insane value at this point. It's now the same price. And it's static once you go funded, which is the next bigger thing. The TPT Pro, My Funded Futures Rapid are trailing drawdown when you go funded on that 1-day payout with no rules. These motherfuckers are static. My mind is blown. Static. There's no trailing drawdown once you go funded. It's just insanely easier, right? My Fund and Futures, somebody says a monthly subscription, but don't think about monthly subscription on any of these accounts because look, let's be honest with you, bro. None of you guys that are trading babysit an eval for greater than 1 month. Like 99% of you below that mofo up or pass it within the first month. Monthly fee doesn't really hit a lot of people, so it's not really applicable. But anyways, the launch is like what I was like, dude, this is crazy. So it's like the Pro with TPT. It's like the Rapid with My Fund and Futures, but it's a value. If you guys are failing a lot, you want to save some money, this is the way to go. When you're losing a lot, this is really good. In your learning phase, we're all there, but the total all in on the 50 is the same price. It's $129 for a static, not $129 for end of the day drawdown. It's $129 for a static account. It's infinitely easier for the same price. So static drawdown is a drawdown that doesn't move no matter what your profit is. End of the day drawdown at the end of the day moves to some distance behind what your target is at the end, or your price is at your account is at the end of the day, until you get to usually a buffer phase, and then it stays put.
And well, like then that's TPT, showing me that there might be like we might be rolling over here. So I want to see like a good wick to the downside here.
And until I make $4,500, it's right behind me, like staring at me like.
Can you show me your EMA settings on Tradeovate? Sure. Why not? There's your EMA settings. I only have one setting. 9 EMA. Very simple. Take a screenshot. It'll last longer. All right. We got some wicks to the downside. If we pop back above 53s, I'm trying a long here. Just see if we get some continuation to the upside. Chop, chop, chopping here. Why the 9 EMA instead of the 14? I don't know. Just because I like the 9 EMA better. Haters gonna hate, players gonna play. Why does anybody do anything? I mean, trust me, the EMA is not gonna make you profitable, so don't even worry about it. You can put whatever EMA you want on there and you'll still lose money. Everyone be like, what EMA? What EMA? I'm like, it don't matter what EMA you got, because either way, you're still gonna lose. Did you roll over? Cannot see. Hey, Tom. Tom, I want you to look at the fucking price. Look at the price, Tom. Look at the price. And then also look, it's NQU. NQU, Tom. Come on, guys. We got to be a little bit smarter. We need to be a little bit smarter. You know, be a little smarter, Tom. I did roll over. You can tell by the price. Come on, Tom. Come on, Tom. All right, so you can see we did not get long there. Just did not get those wicks off the bottom that I was looking for. We need that rocket fuel. This could be a wick that we like. See how that wick down 710s and then now right back up. So now if this starts to push again, we know that at least there's some buyers stepping in there. So let's see what happens. Still plenty of time here. It's only 10 o'clock, 10:10. Butter said, this is my first day trading. Any tips? Butter, what's your bank account? Just go ahead and send it to me right now. Butter, just go ahead and transfer all the money that you have in your trading account. We'll call it even. If it's your first day, just go ahead and give it to me. You don't lose it. You know, don't give it to somebody else. Give it to me. Think about that. Give it to me now. And at least you'll know that I'll spend it wisely. You know? That would be my tip. But if you're really serious about learning how to day trade, welcome to the fuckfest that is trading. You're going to hate it. You're going to love it. It's going to be terrible. You're going to be up. You're going to be down. 10 years later, you might still be down. But trust me, if you stick it out long enough, you'll definitely get to the point where you want to quit. And you'll want to quit multiple times. You might even quit for a while. You might come back. Who knows? But right now, NASDAQ's still pulling back here. They just can't get it back above 760 area for now. So we'll see if it's going to build out a flag. SpaceX kind of all over the place. Again, SpaceX pumping 174s. Why did you stop using the MACD,
Patrick? The idea is like a lot of you guys love that whole same-day payout model.
Butter said he's 14 years old. Yeah,
it's like
no.
120, 130 bucks.
You need to go ahead and
just fail. That
hit the exit button.
Right? The reset fee
Sir,
is the
this
same.
is not the live stream for you. Tell your parents that they're very bad
now,
parents for letting you go on the internet and watch PW.
To every upside, right? So what is the downside?
Not
really a downside.
Yeah, no, they're bad. That is some bad parenting.
On your same-day payout,
very bad
you
parenting.
get funded. You know, the difference is TPT Pro, My Funded Futures, you can get $10,000 per day.
I'm not responsible for your
cost a lot to
what
get
you're
to that final
about to
stage.
experience.
These guys, your payouts are 2.5K at 90%.
Right now, NASDAQ,
So
I think if we can push through here,
like
we are putting in a higher low once again. I like these longs if we can just start to get momentum. We have taken 4 longs today. 1, 2, 3, 4, all winning trades.
Which is 4 times as
There's
expensive.
the pump. Okay. See if I get a little pullback here. I'm going to jump in right there.
Linear,
and we're going to try to ride this baby high.
Exactly.
Let's see if we get the pump out of this chop zone.
It's kind of nice that it's like
sometimes good, sometimes bad.
TPT Pro Lite, right? For people that are on a budget, you want that same experience.
We obviously don't want it back below 720s here, but if we can get it pushing, I'll be looking for 780s, 790s next.
Apex, you know, we've been looking for
showing you the entries, showing you the exits, the plan, all that fun stuff.
You like the $20?
See a little bit of trouble there, kind of chopping.
We have a code. It's 50% off the first time you use it.
That's not good.
In Score 33,
stopped out for now.
And that's for the launch account.
Absolutely rejected there. It happens. Welcome to the party.
Off for all users.
Just couldn't go through there for now. So I kind of got a little excited to get in there long too quick. Got rejected right back down.
Yeah,
so
those accounts are go to the. We have a bunch of different kinds of accounts, but type it in. We'll do some giveaways here. That was the launch.
We'll see what happens. We're gonna pull back more.
Propel, and Propel
5-minute chart
is,
still pulling back. Just absolute rejection there.
It's 3 days on the first side. Let's see what the major difference is.
Someone said, "Why did I get in there? You're stupid."
Oh, Propel is like
bro.
No activation.
What do you want from me?
Okay.
God.
So it's very much similar. 1 extra day on the eval side.
It's just trading, man. I don't know where the market's going to go. We just we get in, we get out.
Fee. So this, you're going to pay $100 and holy crap. Okay, wait. So $112 without the activation fee model. Oh, with the current discount.
I mean, we took 4 trades so far today, right? We took 4 trades here, or 5 trades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
7
for a total of 70 points
for $112.
The 6th trade was obviously a losing trade, but
than Lucid Flex.
Just kind of how it is.
Let me see.
Can't really stop ourselves from taking the trade,
Flex
man.
50K is maybe actually no.
Now let's see what happens here.
It's a little bit more expensive, but it's
15-minute chart is ugly.
Okay, I was seeing if they were the same.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
Yeah, so the Propel is like the no activation fee model. And they're also, which is another cool thing they told us about their firm.
No long. It's a trap.
Guys, a giveaway going on.
I mean, maybe.
I'm getting there.
Maybe not.
I usually watch this. Like I have the price
memorized.
I think it can 7,600
very much reach right back up and pop up here again. So
one of the cool things they told us we met with them, and they're algo and bot friendly. So a lot of these firms out there don't let you do algo trading or bot trading.
The market doesn't have to do anything. Everybody thinks that it has to pull back. It doesn't have to.
What I found out through some friends
that traded with them, keep going higher all day long.
The prop firm for the bot and algo trading community. This is who everybody trades with. They really are like supportive of the whole thing. So you guys have trading bots.
The 1 hour is showing wick resistance.
They allow it when most firms, you know,
maybe
ban you.
Maybe not.
So the algo traders out there are big fans of this company. Anyways,
sometimes the 1 hour just keeps on going. Maybe
it's all about honesty. We don't just.
It's always easy in hindsight to sit here and say, "Oh, yep.
It looks good."
Shouldn't have done that.
What you guys to do?
Shouldn't have done that.
Is take these free accounts we give you, use them, but please leave a review. That way we can hear your voice. I want to see what y'all think about it.
I don't know why people get so upset about a losing trade. Like there is no person on this planet who doesn't lose trades. They just don't show you when they lose.
Okay, we're gonna spin the wheel. Ready?
And that's the difference, right?
Are you ready?
They put a trade on and then they just pretend that they never did
today.
And then when you ask about it, they go, "Oh yeah, no, I got out already." So. Honestly, I would take that trade 100 times. It doesn't really bother me. I don't know why like people get so upset.
We got 3 of these 50K launches to give away. Hey, this is a different version of that song. This isn't the same.
All right, just holding up here at the 700 level for now.
Brad's playlist today, by the way, in case y'all noticed.
Looking at the ES. All right, the ES is still
first one.
Kind of pulling back in the middle of the 15-minute range. NASDAQ obviously pulling back here as well. Big pump today. Is there enough momentum to keep the party going? SpaceX is kind of banging on the 175 area, trying to do something.
Measure. Yeah, so that's the part where
I mean, I think this is setting up for another fucking push higher.
Measure
these 5-minute candles are not like we're not selling, right? Like
there's a review.
I think as long as we basically hold the middle of this 15-minute range, we're just consolidating before going
customer service. It would all be opinionated, right? But the idea is there's a catch-all for you guys to put your experience. Like, if a firm denies payouts, or a firm, you know, has bad customer service, or they're delayed, or they delete people from Discord or whatever, then you guys can leave those anecdotal experiences.
I might be wrong, but that's what I see.
That way, you know, something doesn't just
maybe
look
it
great
works,
on paper.
maybe it doesn't. Again, I can't control the market.
People say
all I know is that we're holding at the top of the 15-minute range.
Guys do us a favor.
We're not selling down.
Database. Everyone go make an account.
You know, I know it doesn't look pretty, but
prop score.
The one focus here is that we are not breaking back to the downside. We're holding this pivot point here at 700,
cost
right?
anything at all. It's a free service. We don't prop score as the website that makes no money from you guys.
Angelo said, I'm looking for a prop firm to help out beginners. Oh, trust me,
we're not charge you. There's no ads.
Sir, you come to the wrong place.
It's a free service. So
you think that the prop firms are here to help you?
Use the site.
They're here to take all your
we have a loyalty program that you use the code SCORE everywhere you
I wouldn't say there's one prop firm that's better off than others. In terms of helping
that person
people.
Never claimed their prize. They never did. Okay, next one.
It's just it's a business. It's a better way to not risk all your capital.
Done. It'll retroactively start from the day you make your account. So make
Tokyo
your
said it's a short right now.
Every time
I'm already
you use
in the trade. Let's hope it works.
You accrue
I hope it works out for you,
Tokyo. Because
if it starts getting back above 750s here, I'm going long again.
We have a whole
for a
bunch
pump
of cool
to the
stuff for planning
through the
for
800s one more time.
Make sure you have your account made. It's a free account, takes a minute to set up. At Prop Score, I'll post the link one more time. It's free, like I said again, free, and we're the best loyalty program and the most giveaways in the entire space. Oh my god, I gotta pee
so bad.
But our site is math driven, unlike everyone else is driven by who pays them the most money, which I think is
well said. What do you think about Javier? I to be honest, like I said last night, I haven't really thought about him.
Like what deals
I don't really think about other guys.
Is hot. David Miller Lake, oh my god.
I haven't met him, so I haven't spent much time with him, so I can't really comment on it.
All right, partner. I know only
Alex said you need to be long. Maybe. It's getting tight, that's for sure. This next 5-minute candle should be kind of telling. Right? Are we gonna pump? Are we gonna dump here?
I do need to get me a new real cowboy hat though.
Kind of pulling back right now. Could this be a wick on the bottom of the 5-minute candle before pumping higher?
Edge tool for all for free. Yeah, for free. Congratulations, Dave. Rub some dirt on it.
Yes and no.
So this this 5-minute candle just opened. We're kind of pulling back right now, so we'll see if this is going to put in a wick to the downside. I think if we get a wick to the downside and then we pop back above the 744s,
Brad needs to wear that.
It looks pretty juicy for a long.
I was
right. I mean, it's like if you wanted a 5-minute candle to open and pull back, well, that's exactly what it's doing right now to put a wick in.
Like classic movies. So all last night,
how it goes.
I got like back-to-back movie clips for the movie Tombstone. Y'all remember Tombstone? Oh, goated movie, dude. Probably, in my opinion, Val Kilmer's best performance of his career, but debatable.
SpaceX having trouble getting through the Friday high right now. 173 on SpaceX, kind of just consolidating there.
You know, there's that one scene where what's the
steam running out?
They were in
the rocket fuel
room, right? And the guy was like,
you need Trump. You need Elon to
had a little cup, and he was like,
post something.
Doing that.
You need Elon to post something there. Post about $1 billion, trillion, gazillion dollars.
I'll be your Huckleberry.
Post about it.
Congratulations, person who didn't also claim their prize. You guys, in y'all's bot accounts, y'all got to type that in faster. You got to type to claim your prize. Tombstone is legit one of the 2 westerns you do like, and the other being Unforgiven. Unforgiven is pretty good too. Oh yeah.
All right, so far, just pulling back here. This 5-minute candle is just down, down, down.
I also liked
shout out to Tokyo.
With Mel
He's
Gibson.
Short.
When he was like the poker hustler. Y'all remember Maverick? That was a good one too. As far as like
we're flat right
westerns.
now. Was waiting to see if we are gonna get a pop here.
Tombstone is like one of the best movies ever. Oh,
there's let's see. You got 2.5 minutes on this 5-minute candle. Will they start to push it back up here?
Billy Bob Thornton was in
you
it.
basically want to see a lot of strength here, and this candle needs to go.
Was that Billy Bob, right?
Like up through 720 quickly, and then to get that squeeze going. If the shorts are trying to pile in right here, they got to get squeezed out.
What's his
ES is pumping back up. Nasdaq's trying to pump back up.
It's almost hard to recognize him. For real, really. Okay, so this is like kind of encroaching upon where my long entry point is.
I really don't. I kind of like the longs here.
Oh, dude, Landman's.
PW, you're not looking for a short? Yeah, no, I'm looking for a long.
It looks.
I mean, look at this chart right now.
Cool.
We're just keep kind of wicking off the bottom down here, so it's hard to be short into that. I might be wrong, but
see how it's trying to pull back a little bit.
This looks pretty good.
I don't think the market's going to sell off at all.
If this 5-minute candle can break the previous 5-minute candle high, I don't see how we don't go high.
All right, for real, really. All right, the 3 of you
guys. Look at that. Another huge wick. Another huge wick there.
Kayshawn. And for real, really. Okay, go to Prop Score Discord. There's a Claim Your Win channel there.
Do we need to pull back to the VWAP? Maybe.
Okay, so anyways, revisiting like some of the
there's
stuff
another
you guys weren't here
big pop.
This morning. Last
SpaceX
on
right
Thursday,
back down again, stuck there at the highs.
From bear side to bull side on the longer
kind of
term.
uneventful here so far.
Longer term markets. This is such an incredible tool.
All right, you got a minute till this 5-minute candle closes. I think basically just back above 740, it's game on, and then we're going for 800 push. Everything's bull flagging right now. ES is bull flagging. Nvidia is bull flagging. I mean, it's trying. Everything is just hanging on for dear life right now. Oil under $80. Let's go. Finally get the fucking gas prices back down. You know what they do? Oil is going to go down and the gas prices won't change. Okay. They love doing that shit.
What monthly maps are, so the way that
this shit's going to consolidate all day.
5-second tutorial.
I mean, maybe.
So we have an algorithm that takes all options information, all options order flow, comes into a series of server computers.
SpaceX, right? Look at this, the volatility here from 175 back to 170, just like that in a matter of minutes.
Condense it into dealer options. We have an algorithm that can extract dealer options from the mix. We have a way to determine if an option belongs to a dealer or not. And why is that important?
All right, that 5-minute candle obviously did not break the highs there, so we're still waiting.
Buy some YOLO calls. You know, market's going up. We buy some calls. You know, you buy some out of the money calls or something. They really don't have any. Blue Sky giveaways over. Stop typing. Just stop typing. We got more coming along. Just hold on. We got more coming on a little bit. But just quickly, right? Dealer options are gonna be hedged to neutral because usually they're part of a hedged trade. So like if you buy from the market and a dealer was to sell those shares to you or short those shares to you, they might want to buy some calls to neutralize their trade, right? So dealers that own calls and dealers that sell calls usually have a neutral position. So we want to extract neutral trades or neutral trade potential. That way, if you know where the dealer landscape is, you know where dealers are forced to hedge wherever to balance that to neutral. It's all math at this point. You guys are just tuning into the show. I mean, I'm a board certified math geek, former chemical engineer. This guy right here, third in my class, by the way. Thank you. I was a math club president in high school. I started a fake chess club so I can go to Taco Bell, play video games with my friends. This is my history. And I grew up and became a professional nerd that builds stuff for you guys, especially hacking CME groups equations and figuring out how Black Scholes works in usable fashion. 2x, somebody said stop. Wait, I didn't have 2x clicked. Oh, I'll have to click it in a second, my bad. Certified math nerd. So anyways, we build stuff here for you guys. Cooler ways to look at market. So the way that this works is that it's spread into 2 different sections. This is where there's more dealer calls than puts, and here's where there's more dealer puts than calls. So there's more dealer long hedging than short hedging. There's more dealer short hedging than long hedging. Call it a bear market and bull market. If you're trading in these dark gray boxes over time, you're in a bull market. So the way that the distribution works is this is how the dealer landscape changes over time for 3 months. We look 3 months out. And so you can see that where we are right now, we are in a bull market for 3 months. We've completely healed whatever selling we're doing. Whatever bear market, every guru out there have been trying to short this shit. They just got squeezed for good. At least for now, unless a new event happens to kick the market bearish. But you need to sell to here to even be bearish. But then it's still bullish again 5 days later. So reality, to land in bear market, we better sell off crazy amount in the next 2 weeks, like until July. The S&P needs to fall like 700 points for us to even land in bear territory and stay there for the rest of the month. So it's almost unfeasible to see that bear market's even possible. Any selling, even like a deep red day, still lands out of the bear zone a week later. So we need drastic news. Oh yeah, here's an educated man. Now I really hate him because what did he say? That was when he was doing the cup flipping thing. He's like something about his eyes. I don't like his eyes. I hate him. You don't even know him. Now that here's an educated man. They were speaking Latin to each other. What was he saying? Shit, they were throwing Latin phrases at each other. That's Latin, darling. Yeah. So y'all all seen Tombstone too. Oh, that's great. Such a good movie. Okay, so anyways, so right now, what happened last week was we sold off, and we had this sort of weird situation where, and I'll show you on the chart how to read this. There's like, you can read it super quick. Number 1 is which zone are you in? Number 2 is how are the zones changing over time? On the bull side. Number 3 is the bear side, and number 4 is it volatile or not? We have this weird situation. So if you look at the bottoms of the bull zones, if they're sloping down, it's a stronger long market, a stronger bull market. We had the situation we were selling off because the bull side was sloping up very, very steeply. So it was a liquidation market. And for like 2 weeks, even before we started selling off, you saw that bull side bottom sloping up. But once we sold into bear territory, we were there for about a week or so. Then after this candle, on this very day, we rescued ourselves into this bull side area. So essentially, when you rally out of bear side into bull side and you're sitting at whatever price, you just look to the right and say, yep, that price is bullish in a month or two. Still bullish here. And so we rescued ourselves on a Thursday. We said bull market's back, and we're still there. The structure went ahead of the Iran deal, and traders always price stuff in before it happens. Another thing is the bull side bottom is sloping down, which means the bull side's getting stronger over a week. As the bull side's slipping down, you have more dealer call imbalance in the money, so more calls than puts, right? So the deeper in the money you are, where the call region is, the more force longs you have as time goes by. The bull side gets even stronger closer to that date. So bear side sloping down is weakening bear side. Same thing, puts are going out of the money. So people that were short on that delta are now covering shorts as time goes by at a faster rate. We're so far out of that put zone, the market's nothing but super bullish. And even so, we have FOMC this week, and there's no volatility, it's just space between the two. So we've sort of just like accepted our fate that the market's bullish. Who cares what the Fed's gonna do? It only really gets volatile again, like maybe later on in the month and early next month. But anyways, once we flipped to bull side, then we knew that the bull market was back. And so it's easy to see that now. Like everybody sees the market going high. You remember like a couple weeks ago where you'd short every pop. This is an environment that you don't short every pop. You kind of like every pop. You're like, where do I get on the long side? Does everybody feel that the market's like slightly different right now than it normally is? You remember like 2 weeks ago, every pop you might want to short it, and you'd get this like very quick hour of selling, right? You can get some big runs out of it. But this market doesn't feel like that. This market just feels like it's not wanting to come down. That's what that bull side does. You can change like how you trade. It feels different, right? So when you're on the bull side of monthly maps, it's just going to feel this way. You might short and you're going to get death by 1,000 cuts. Maybe you'll get lucky if somebody throws like a Hail Mary, you know, tweet or something that gives you an out. But if I were short and I got like 5 or 6 red candles in a row, I'd get out of the way. It's not a day where the market's can easily reverse unless news turns it around. Yeah, it's super choppy. Feels like Asia. Feels quiet. Bull markets are usually quiet. You don't trust this bullishness. Here's the thing that I learned in the market, and it took me many years until I became a grandmaster at trading. It took me many years to understand why I wasn't doing so hot when I started out. And the reason I wasn't doing so hot in the market is I didn't trust the bull market. Until I did this, right? And when you draw, if you go put an SPX chart, a monthly SPX chart, and you look at this, and you stare at this, and you stare at this chart all day, and you study this chart all day, and you stare at it, and stare at it, and stare at it. There were 2 things that tells you, just fucking trust the bull market. Number 1, the largest market crash in the history of the stock market, and I mean the largest. Not only does the stock market always go up, always, and never comes down except for tiny little burps, is that the largest stock market crash in history, is there. There it is. There it is, guys. There's the Great Depression. Like the meme. Hold on. Got my telescope here. I don't know if I can see this thing. Turn the binoculars. Is the music too loud? Let me turn it down a little bit. That's Brad's fault. Brad likes to rock out. Y'all see it? I can't see it. You know what I'm saying? Market lost 87% of its value over a 3-year period. Hold on, let me zoom in there. Oh, there it is. Found it. There she is. 10-year Great Depression. There were way fewer companies back then. But percent is all that matters. Percent loss. The S&P was quote unquote 32 and became, you know, 4. 32 to 4, right? That's a lot. That's 7/8 of your value. Like, you know what I mean? 87.5%. That's a big deal. Now the music's too low. I hate you guys. All right, I'm gonna crank it up 1 tiny notch. All right. But that's it. The market exponentially goes up 2% a year, just like any other thing that inflates. It will always go up 2% a year. Even in bear markets, it's trying to go up 2% a year because inflation also affects equities. Anything that you hold that has value, there will be a time in your life, or maybe your grandkids' lives, where they'll say the same thing about the old .com crash, right? .com crash in the 2008 and COVID. We're also going to disappear on the chart, you know, 200 years from now, right? Like that's really what happens. And so you can say that there's a part of the market that always goes up because of inflation. If the value of the dollar or the spending power of the dollar doesn't go as far because inflation's always there, right? Then companies make more dollars on paper, even though they don't do more business because they're raising their prices to accommodate, right? And so the value of that company on paper is bigger per dollar because the dollar value is weaker. So everything goes up in value like a balloon floating in the sky, right? Even stocks, right? So the point I'm saying is that I don't look at markets and I look at charts and say I'm afraid of the bull market. I always am like, where do I get in? Zoom out enough, even aping at the high in your lifetime is going to make you money. There's no wrong answer longing the market. It's never the wrong answer. The problem is surviving on those short bursts when you're wrong and like the smaller times the market is bearish. Making sure you don't blow up your money. As long as you are still longing even through here and you're surviving, you always make money in the end being bullish. So those 2 facts, the market always goes up and it goes up exponentially. And that as long as you survive the downturns and you're longing, you always make money. Those two things stopped making me afraid of markets at the time. I never am afraid of bull markets. I always am like so happy when they're back. It's like an old friend. Hey man, good to see you. You want to get a beer? And you go watch the fight? Let's go grab some beers, bro. And then you're like, it's so good to see you, man. I haven't seen you in a while. I'm never like, I'm skeptical of my friend. I don't know, my friend is back. I don't know. You know, I'm always like so eager to like welcome back, you know? You know. So he said, Brad, can you turn on the music? It's literally turned down as far as I can turn it down. Hold on. How about that? Is that better? Is that better? Is that better? Is it a little quiet now? Is there music playing? What the heck? Okay, I'm gonna decide for y'all. Hold on, let me listen to myself. You know, I used to think I had such an easy job until I met all of you guys. I'd have an easier job as an underwater welder than dealing with some of you folks. Hold on. I'm just kidding. That sounds like a hard fucking job. I've seen videos of that stuff. Super loud. Shut up. Y'all are trolling me now. I'm gonna listen for myself. Let's find out. Less talky talk, more tradey trade. Okay, hold on. All right, hold on. What do I sound like? Check, check. All right, hold on. What do I sound like? Check, check.
What am I doing? I don't need this. Get the fuck out of here. Get the hell out of here.
It's kind of loud, huh? Let me turn it down and switch. The problem is, the funny part is on my screen, the volume knob is like this big. In the bottom right corner, it's literally like a tiny little thing. So I get no precision on this thing. It's like a pixel of difference. Wonder how I can do like another place I can change the volume. How about that? Woo! Is that better? Is that too low? More. Somebody said don't change it. Okay. All right. Okay, we'll leave it like that. Why I'm fine, people are whining. Look, I found out in life, people are always whining about everything. All right, anyways, what I was saying earlier is I'm never afraid of bull markets because markets always want to go up. It's like an old friend. You welcome your old friend back with loving arms and you show them, you know, a good time. Let's go get a beer, bro. It's never like I'm kind of skeptical of this. Anytime it's back, I'm ready to join it. Now, again, Nasdaq doesn't, we've moved too much today and there could be a selling event. There could be something, but there's no evidence of it. And all the indicators are just so strong and positive. I'm just waiting for some kind of thing to happen so I can get back in on the long. So usually in these markets, I don't chase or apply money. Look, I could be sitting here just flat all day, up and down, but I'm smart enough to know to wait, and that's really what I do well. And I win tournaments all the same philosophy. You guys that are just tuning in, you guys know that we are... this community has more tournament victories and more placements and competitive trading than any 5 trading guru stream people communities put together. because we're very good at sniffing out good opportunities and not over trading. And I don't over trade, and that's one thing people it's a very strong character trait of mine, is I don't over trade. Let's do some TPT giveaways, guys, while we're chilling. Every 30 minutes I'll throw you guys something good. I don't over trade. I'm known for being a sniper. I know exactly what I want to do and I do it. My actual trading win rate is typically 70 to 80%, actually that high. Because I do have a genuine edge in the market and I just wait for it to set up. I don't chase everything that goes up and down, but I do bank, I do make money, I do make a lot of money as a trader. I might be one of the only people out there that does consistently make money, but I'm not overdoing it. There's a lot of people that do try to stream trading and whatever, and they're just gambling in props, and they're just not showing you what they paid in, showing you what they paid out, breaking even and making you think they're a millionaire. They're all losers. They all suck. Some of them are fucking shorting right now. Some of them are, you know, on their 1000th blow up right now. I mean, it's just, you know, we don't overtrade here, and we teach you that philosophy. You want to make money, you're going to slow down your pace. That's it. We teach you how to do it. So right here, I'm not missing out on anything. Market's going up. I think it's going to go up. So Matt, why not just get in on it? Well, because there's downside risk too, in case something of the rand falls apart, which it does. I don't know. What hour is this? Right? We could get some kind of 200-point drop in NASDAQ, but I'm ready. It's so bullish, I'm going to get in on it. So days like this, I like to be the smart person. I'll miss out on just this sort of like trickle ride, and then things fall apart for a hot minute, and then I'm the one that gets the long there. You know, I'll make 50K on the way up. But you know, why try to make $1,000 or $2,000 when we're on the edge of possible disaster on that? But the market on its own is not heavy enough to fall. It's going to take some time to even try to fall. But I've got some good bulls set up inside of here. Even today on S&P, right? Off of there, I'm as long as you'll ever be. I might take a small long there if we get to there as well. So I've got plans A and plan B ready to go. A, I'll hit with 2 of my accounts. B, I'll hit with maybe 6 of my accounts. Be good. So yeah, so like last year, right? There was a ETF held a tournament with 5,000 people. It's a month-long futures trading contest. I made 100% and got first place. Patty McWhelan had a tournament with 30,000 people in it. I got first place as well. I won both of those back to back. Tradeify Grand Cup. Our team went into that. Our team got second place out of every influencer, trading coach, guru out there. We got second place. We never left the top 3 once. A lot of these other people jumped around all over the place. We were top 3 steady the whole way up. One of our guys got 3rd place in that. I coached all of those traders. I did the Robbins 2024, got in top 10. I peaked in the top 5. I peaked at 4th place. I got in the top 10. And I quit halfway through. I still wrote it to top 10. I stopped trying. It just was not worth my time. We did Tradeify Grand Cup this one time around. I got top 16. The second time Tradeify Grand Cup, placing in the top. We just did the Ninja Trade Arena Cup. I got 20th in the first qualifier out of 10,000, and I got 71st overall out of 30,000. And somebody from my community got first place in Ninja Trader Arena Cup. Every tournament it's us. Every tournament it's us. We teach winning traders here. Go read the reviews on Rocket Place. What people say, we teach you trading. We teach you real trading. We teach you risk management, position management. I'm sitting here goofing around, singing songs, wearing cowboy hats. I've got 2 plans. I've got 2 very, very, very solid plans. I just drew them on the screen, already ready to go. Just waiting for them to manifest. If I miss out, trickle up a little bit, I miss out, not a big deal. You know what I'm saying? I'm not missing out on anything, really. As a trader, I don't miss out on much. My life is pretty good, so I don't feel like I'm missing out on much. I'm aiming for what works, right? Anyways, with all those tournament victories, what is it we do that's different than everyone else? Well, I feel like most everyone else just doesn't have a full grasp on professional trading. Most everybody else are just prop from gamblers. They win sometimes and they win big that you hear about it, but they lose a lot too when you don't hear about it. People that just don't have an edge. People that might be okay at trading but no edge. We actually here genuinely have an edge. Rocket Scooter is a tool of indicators that I use. The package is called Pro Plus. It's $99 for the first month and then $159 every month after. It's liquidity maps, resilience arbitrage, DD ratio, and then monthly maps, the tool I showed y'all earlier. It's all of it together. This is gamma exposure, but usable gamma exposure tools. And gamma exposure, people are all hailing right now as the GOAT of trading strategies. We were one of the early pioneers of it, which is why, you know, everyone's trades like ICT and stuff, because that's kind of a classic, antiquated way to trade. But early on in the like late 2010s, I started developing gamma exposure tools because I knew options.
Sure.
Analysis was the future of trading. I knew it was the future of retail. Finding volume pivots with options was a goated idea in my head, and we built it with the math of options. And so underneath the hood, this is dealer gamma exposure. And so we filter out all the options data to specifically find dealer options. No one else does that. Everyone else just does the entire gamut of OI. The dealer options give you very specific volume pivots because dealers are hedging and retail's not. So you get the strongest volume pivots from this style. So if you were like, what kind of style do you trade? And you can just say you do gamma exposure with internals.
All right, well, you gamble on that. I will be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Looks at the stocks in one bite and then
I'm not going to trade if you're thinking
I'm going to trade. Volume pivot, bullish or bearish, and it's that simple. And the algorithm actually draws on the chart support, resistance, whatever, based on the confluence. These are our confluence indicators, the ones at the top, the ones at the bottom. You see right here, everything says support, so I'm like, all the bull pivots, they're all bull for the most part. So every single dip is a dip to buy at any one of these lines. So an example is white is a dip to buy. This little cluster is a dip to buy. These guys both say support, so I'm buying at each one of them. What if you don't get your event? Then you just chill. Yeah, the swamp. Good question, right? If you don't get your event, then nothing, right? I tell myself this, and I always say this in a funny way. It's not a brag. People always say, what if you miss out? And my answer to that is, you're right? I miss out on something. What happens if the market goes up $10,000 or 10,000 points and I miss out? Well, in December, I cash bought a $330,000 Aston Martin, and then in April, I bought a $350,000 Ferrari. I don't think I'm missing out on much. And I'd say that jokingly, it's not a brag, but it's a joke. It means that I make a lot of money and I don't need that to do it. I actually can make a fortune or a career off of little 40-point moves in the NASDAQ daily. I don't have to have like the day that I miss out. Every time market like just straight up rallies, just straight up, and I can look at it and be, oh man, I missed out. If I was an investor with a 401k, then I might feel bad that like I wasn't invested. I'm missing out on 10% or 5% moves in the market. But in reality, I built a career out of day trading 40-point scalps off a monthly hedge pressure and then liquidity pockets. It really is. Like, you know, the joke is, you know, I've got the supercar money off of tiny little moves, but they're accurate, right? And if I don't get them, then I don't get them, but I wait for what I want, right? The point is, missing out is subjective. Yeah, thank you. Nikki had said it, right? That's actually the punchline. I know I told the story. I wasn't trying to brag or anything, make anybody feel bad, but the point is that missing out is subjective. That's exactly the punchline of what I was saying, 100%. I don't miss out, right? I do very well. So I tell myself that when I'm trading. It gets rid of the FOMO. So teach yourself that, right? So if you say like, man, I'm missing out, and you're like, no. I win like 7 out of 10 of my trades there every time. I'm not missing out on anything. So I use that saying. I tell myself, I cash buy supercars. I'm not missing out on anything. So when I recite that to myself internally, I don't fear missing out, right? That's what I coach, self-coach to not have FOMO. So there's some reality to why I say that, but I say that to myself. Like, I'm never in a hurry. I'm like, Matt, your life is fine. All your bills are paid. Your parents' bills are paid. Matt, you got $500,000 in a bank account for your son's college fund for when he goes to med school, and he's fucking 8. You're good. And I go, yeah, I am right. I'm good. And how did you become good? Well, I was patient. I remind myself, well, I didn't make all that money by being patient here. Okay, idiot. Well, be patient now. It's relative. Don't think supercar, think where you are. Be patient now. And I go, aha, you know what? You're right. If I just wait for that, there's another Ferrari in it for me. What is this? Well,
what we should do one of these days.
So what happens if it keeps going? Well, I'm not going to lose money if I'm missing out. That's good.
What I should do is like,
what if I jump in, Trump tweets something, and I go down there and I take a loss? Well, then that takes away.
I just made $7,000
just
following
wait,
Spud.
right?
And then
and
I'll be like,
do that
and we're live, guys, at JTV. Go ahead and look at how much everybody's making.
Everybody made
the hardest thing to battle.
Everybody made exactly $7,000.
I promise you.
Just
Find yourself like
screen
a
record that whole bit.
motif to repeat.
Go buy my course at
every day, and you'll
tradeify.co.
be like, okay, I'm good. I
Discount
want to be
code
long
with
so bad, and
Bud is
every
so
time
sexy.
it inches up, that itch doesn't need to be
Save yourself a
scratched
whopping
harder.
1%.
I'm cool with missing.
$3
that.
Hey,
still-
That's kind of
still
where
nobody
that
has used
sort of
that yet.
answer comes from.
Really? I thought you said
Nobody?
someone did.
Was that from firms or
Surprise.
personal
No, I
capital?
thought
So
somebody
Kitty
did,
Cat.
but it's still
I
there
traded
when
a
technology
personal
really
account. I
happens
always
to
trade personal account on
I
my
would have
stream.
thought somebody would
But
use it.
until Iran is over, I said no more personal account.
Yeah, I mean, like, who's
So
not to,
I
like,
mostly
just
trade
pay full
personal
price or
account.
something.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
it's not
pretty
full
much
price.
what would be happening.
I did a
Thank
challenge
you.
where I put $100,000
Wow,
into a
look at
personal
ES.
account.
ES.
and traded
Finally
it up.
getting the move here.
This was the stats on
All right,
that.
I
That
want
was
to
a
see
lower
ES
stat.
at
This was
624.
during
I want Nasdaq to
December
clear to
until
800.
April.
Well,
I stopped trading on the
specifically, I want
17th of April.
Nas to clear 760.
Once things just got crazy with the whole
800 would be
war
that
and the
next
market rallied
area.
straight up, I just pulled out.
Yes, definitely.
But I ran up the account from 100,000.
Sellers on
kinda
ES.
wanna-
getting
An additional 800,
625
almost 800 something thousand.
No, I was gonna say I'm gonna do a paper.
And this is a
long here.
real live
And,
account that I traded all on stream, by the way.
Oh.
And everyone here got to see
okay,
that,
Trader
which is
View,
kind of
thank you.
nice.
I don't really
And
wanna
these are the
see my
withdrawals I
position.
made, so I took out $806,000.
You guys know that challenge
at the
that's
end of
going around
March.
on social
Because
media
the war
where
was
it's like
getting
you
crazy, and I
have a
was like, you know what, let me
phrase
just
and
take
you say
everything
it in
out and chill.
different-
When the war's over, I'll get back to it. But that
different
was,
tones,
yeah,
I guess.
personal
Like
account.
one of them
So,
is angry, one of them is flirty.
That and I
Ooh,
made
no,
like
wait, I like this.
1,000 with two
I've seen
teeth
it.
You've
and,
seen this?
No,
Yeah,
no,
it's like
no,
you come up with a
Spider
phrase.
Next in the first quarter. So total I made
So-
like 1.1
I saw one girl and her
million in
sister
quarter
do
one.
it, and it was like, say the phrase.
Yeah.
Did
Being
you
patient, like,
fart?
just being patient.
But
And I know
say it in
sounds
different-
like, and it's not the
in
sexiest
different
thing in the world
tones.
because you
Say it
see
in
all
a
these like
flirty
yokels
tone,
out there like,
say it
I'm
in an
going
angry
home.
tone, say it in a
I'm going home.
disappointed
You hear all this like
tone,
people
say
yelling
it
in the
in a
street right there, and you're
phrase.
just like, dude, I watch these people.
They
Just
gotta be funny
gamble,
for you
you
to
know, they long one thing.
Alright,
There's
alright,
a
give me one,
guru
give me
right
one,
now
give
with
me
the
a message and a
short
phone.
I was gonna
longing
say we should have
prompts to
the
go with
chat
it.
come up
And
with
every
a
day
phrase
it's like,
that
here's the
we-
picture of the winning
Okay,
trade.
okay, I like that. I like that. I like
Like,
that.
there's still idiots. There's still like fucking retards that fall for that shit. I guess.
So I think it's
don't know,
okay. I
but,
think it's disappointed.
ain't
No,
nothing
no,
gonna
it's
string together
supportive.
months of trading your own
Supportive.
account. Let you see it. You know what I'm saying?
Disappointed. Angry
You know what I'm saying?
and
Yeah.
flirty. Those are the four.
Short the market in a portfolio, and then day trading to the long side in props to show you whichever one's winning
Yo,
that
that
day.
Chris Bounce, chill.
You know what I'm talking
dude.
about?
Did you?
So, anyways, like I said,
Are
ain't nobody
you
gonna show you talented trading, and I have to tell you, talented trading comes from patience, comes from waiting.
Wait, yeah, that's a good real idea.
always
Actually,
always in a
Mr.
trade in
Champagne.
both directions. It's just for shock
It is a
value,
good
dude.
real idea.
I've been watching your stream, bro. To swap, hell yeah. I didn't know you're a streamer.
That one is a bit
That's
too
hilarious.
extreme.
I like meeting new streamers. I'm a big fan of a ton of streamers. I know I just mock the industry as a whole. I'm not mocking anybody in particular, but that's pretty much everybody.
Funny
A bunch
buddy.
of goofy prop traders. But in reality, the wins, guys, comes from patience. I spend more time not trading than I do trading, which is one thing that people are like, that's interesting.
Ah,
right?
Trader 007.
I'd say my
Let's
average
go.
trade time over that
Trader
4-month
007.
window.
Oh,
Thank
nice.
you. Congrats.
A true
My
and
average
OG.
winning trade time was
Wait,
an hour.
what did they
Look at
win?
this.
That's- we
My
can
average
find out.
losing trade time was also an hour.
To my screen,
I'm
and
in and
we'll
out
spin the
quick.
wheel.
And this was also like
If
a learned
he
behavior because,
types,
you know, fucking Orange
That would be
Man
funny if he wouldn't
every
type,
other
'cause he's
day
always
was
here.
like, a rant,
let's spin the wheel.
Like,
a
OGs
rant,
get the
three
exception.
times in a day.
Already
I
spinning.
lost $250,000
Should
in a
be lightning
single
fun.
day.
Oh,
Step away from my computer.
Ooh.
Somebody delivered some flowers to my house.
Dang.
And Trump
100K
said
lightning
something,
funded.
and I was short 20 NASDAQ
Okay.
contracts in the market. was
Trade
really
007.
nice. I forgot
Better
to put a
type.
stop
There
on it.
you are.
I
You
just
gotta
stepped
be
away
here.
for 10
Yeah,
minutes.
let's go.
100K lightning
You stepped
funded for
away a
you.
little bit. I mean, that's why I was like, you know what? After this scare and that scare and that scare, this is all Iran stuff. This wasn't me trading bad. This is me being swept by something stupid, right? And just getting caught off guard with the big position, and it happens. But because of that, once I had this enormous run up from like 160 to 800,000, and then the Iran stuff was coming 3 times a day, I was like, you know what? Time to get out, which is, again, is my specialty, avoiding the market when you need to. And I promise you guys, y'all take my boot camp, y'all gonna learn within day 1. The first thing y'all gonna learn is, holy shit, I trade way too fucking much. This guy humbled me very quick. What did he tell you? What'd you learn in first day in class, honey? Yeah, this guy Matt made fun of me for an hour. He told me I trade way too much and I short too much. Do you? Yeah, I kind of do. So what do you do now? Well, I trade about 1/10 as much as I used to. And I probably long 90% of my trades. How are you doing? Well, getting payouts now. It's so weird. The flowers were rare. The flowers are beautiful. Let's be real. They cost me $250,000 in a single trade. And it took me like a week to make it back, which is it's terrible. Yeah, $250,000 flowers. Horrible. But they were long stem long stem Ecuadorian roses, and there was 100 of them. So it was worth the photo. It was worth, I promise. But lesson to be had. When you leave your computer, as I teach in boot camp, never leave the station unattended, men and women. Never leave the station unattended. The minute you turn your back, the enemy's there, right? And I teach that. And when always have a stop. I don't use stops when I'm actively trading. I just push the button. I'm quick.
The guy or the girl.
But when I have to step away, use a stop. Like if you got to take a piss, don't be like, it's only 5 minutes.
Oh, am I re-rolling it?
Tweeting about it.
Yeah, that's what
I was down for 10 minutes. Yeah. Where's the photo?
All good. I'm
Baksheesh.
spinning the wheel at the same time.
I think I got the photo in there.
Baksheesh, your winner.
That's another OG. And another lightning fund.
Y'all want to see what $250,000 worth of
Wow.
looks like?
Baksheesh also
I'm pretty sure I tweeted them
50k lightning funded. So we gave away 25k lightning funded, 50k lightning funded, and 100k lightning funded.
I go back
so
here somewhere.
Baksheesh, make sure you type something in the chat. And once we see you there,
yeah, dude.
he says hello.
Damn,
So
I posted
Baksheesh,
one
make
for this.
sure
I
you
posted
add your
one
email
in
address to
general.
your YouTube channel description. And we're going to be reaching
As I'm
out to you and
scrolling
sending
through
you
the
your
history of
free
all my photos,
50k lightning funded account within the
there
next
certainly
7 days.
are a lot of
Nice.
pictures of crawfish. Hell yeah, I like crawfish.
Congratulations.
Fried chicken on this one. There we
That
go.
was fun. I like giveaways.
That's a lot of food photos.
We do.
Giveaways are
giveaways.
I
giveaways.
like
I thought
I
had
like
these-
turtles. You ever see that?
I like turtles.
Good
No, I
old
haven't seen
ASDF movie. Yeah, you have. You have seen ASDF movie.
Aren't there like 100 of them?
Hmm?
I
No,
thought I
there's like-
tweeted it. It's not there. Maybe I skipped it. I'm scrolling too fast. I think I have it on my Instagram though. I'll show y'all. Hold on. Y'all can follow me on Instagram, by the way. You can follow my awesome foodie.
We're running
journey.
into the same issue where 800s don't want to trade out. There's a lot of people kind of intercepting, and then volume kind of subsides as we approach that level. We did the squeeze over 70s.
I got my Instagram. somewhere.
Sorry, the squeeze over.
Let's find it. Let's find it. Y'all type in TBT, by the way. We're doing a little TBT giveaway. My bad. Type it in. We got some TBT Pro accounts to give away. Was this in 2026? That's so weird. I don't have the photo. I thought I tweeted the photo somewhere. I don't know. Well, huh. Y'all want to follow me on Instagram? Here it is. That's me. All the stories I tell of all the people. You know, I always tell stories through my life. You guys can follow. You guys can follow all my stories of my friends. I always talk about it. Always say about my buddy who's the Houston Batman. He has a Batmobile. So he's like famous in the city because he always shows up to the events in a whole full bat suit and Batmobile. I'm on my own Instagram. Check it out. This is my friend's car. Like literally Tim Burton style Batmobile. Check that out. That's pretty sick, right? That's like fuck you level rich. Can I give you a different account? For really? Wait. Wait, then the blue sky? Like, you won the blue sky earlier. I don't think we can give you an account. A different account. There's one like that drives on Minneapolis every now and then. It's so cool looking. Like, can we get a Trump tweet? Yeah, I know. All right, TBT guys. Wait a minute. I thought we had TPT. Oh well, we'll have to figure this one out. Oops. It was actually Lucid, but whatever. We'll do 2 TPTs and 2 Lucids, okay? We'll give y'all some 50Ks. Oops. All right.
We could trade some more. When greed runs deep and silence creeps, they call him the Rocket Scooter Reaper. Some more alpha counts. I guess. I don't know. There's just no point. I'd rather wait until go back here tomorrow.
Slacks will give me a paddling. Oh no. All right, guys, spinning that wheel. All right, congratulations, LXD. Think it's coming out for entry? It's not, and if it doesn't, then that's fine. Usually by the end of the day, there'll be something. And even though, I mean, the S&P's gone up another 15 points, Nasdaq's gone up like another 100 points. The one thing I tell myself is, guess what? I am not losing money. I'm not risking anything. I've made a whole lot, and then I come back tomorrow and it's a normal day. Jerry G, LXD, baby. Let's go. Cool, 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 cool. Awesome. We'll do something else in a couple minutes here.
Yeah, I mean, it's just market makers battle with market makers. There's no as bad as I want to click some buttons.
All right, good deal, good deal, good deal. iDoc said check your text. Oh my God, I'm No more TPT. No. Type. Stop. Hold on. Stop typing. Hold on. We're gonna get our little bearings here.
I don't see any button that says redemption, dude. PAX doesn't trade on contract switch day, so it's like every other trading day ever in the history of trading outside of his pit day. Is that what you mean? So it's like literally every other day. It's the same as every other day. Oh, are we still under the you must be new. We're still under the blue. Oh, okay. That makes sense. It's okay.
At least you know I'm not shorting into this. But I didn't get an entry point. I was kind of hoping I'd get something, but I didn't get it. And even in this case, only 4% of days do close above the green line. So there's always an opportunity to wait just in case something bounces off. But we've moved up so high that there's just no entry. But the thing is that the cool part about it is that I don't ever feel the need like, well, damn, like I missed out and I'm not making money. I make plenty of money, right? I tell myself that all the time. I said I do okay. And with the move like this, I'm not trying to fade it. I'm too smart to fade it, but I usually just kind of wait just in case something happens. And you know, in this day and age with the Iran stuff, usually something will happen. But if it doesn't, then it doesn't. And then I can just watch the market inch up and I'm safely on the sideline. Like I said, I took about almost 40,000 in payouts with Lucid my first month trading with these guys. And somebody asked, like, how much did you put in? Well, let me show you my dashboard, right? People don't like to show you their dashboard. They can see that they're like professional blow-up artists, but I'll show you mine. Oops. Here's my, let me log in. That will help. Right? A lot of people, you know, there's a lot of people, they blow up thousands of accounts, and I can understand why that is. Trading's hard, and even your strongest influencers are still not that good. Let me show you my Lucid payout history, my entire history, including account numbers, which again, I'm proud because the patience I teach you guys, the patience I wait and display patience. Here, let's zoom in on the most important part. Everybody knows Lucid accounts are sequential. And I'm on accounts 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. This is not account 50, not account 100. This account's 3, 4, and 5 making payouts. And I've had some busts, so in the last maybe like 3 or 4 sessions, I'd have like 2 or 3 accounts do well, and maybe 1 account would bust. So now I still have active accounts, like I think I have 3 and 4, then 7, 8, and 9, like basically where I'm at right now. So like I'm still in single-digit accounts, right? So I think whenever somebody shows you their payout, it's very important to see this. Every influencer that shows you payouts, that crops this stuff out, are fucking losers. They literally are. They're losers at trading. Not losers in life, but losers in trading. So this is what I've taken on from Lucid since May the 18th. I started with them early May, maybe late April, early May, and once I finally went funded, I've been doing pretty good. So this is what, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 20, 21, 24, 27. Oops, I lost count. Oops. How about this easy? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 times 3 is 39,000 plus 5, 39, 5 minus 100. So 39,360. So almost 40K in almost 4 weeks with Lucid. So that's my actual payout. But like these are the account again, very important. Like how much should you pay in? This is a question you should ask everybody that's trading. And I mean, obviously, you know, I'm still chilling. I'm not blowing up 10,000 times, right? So that's the actual patience. And I tell you, like, I know it like doesn't seem like the sexiest thing in the world to chill and miss out. But hey, man, I'm sure there's a lot of people here that would think 40K in a month from Lucid isn't a bad deal, right? And days like this, if I'm missing, I'm missing, right? We're just chilling. We're just waiting. You're watching this one guy who said, and I lose often, right? By the way, don't think I just never lose at the market. I lose a lot. I just lose good. Like I don't blow up when I lose. I lose very well. Okay. Pressure Highway. Done watching some of the boot camp and you're inspired by the patience and finally you're gonna fund an account in green. See, I'm telling you, man. Those are 50K accounts, by the way, with the TPT. Yeah. Yeah, I blow up, but I have another account that I make up for that loss later. You never hear me saying I never lose. Yeah, I don't. I tell people I'm a better loser than most people. I'm a loser. I just lose great. Like I could fall from a very high spot and land without breaking my foot or breaking my neck. But here's the rub. The song is pretty good, right? That one's called Hedge Pressure Highway. Rocketeer Dreams. Oh, Rocketeer Dreams. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, I'm usually, like I said, patience always pays off. You know, in a minute, we'll sit here. We'll probably get some like red candles on Iran, and then I'm back in the trade, right? Just wait. Just be patient. Green days like this usually close at the highs on the green. So I gotta tell myself, you know, any dips I can get that would be worth something. Even an attempt at lower lows, I think that would be perfect to get in on. And it usually will happen. I'm just gonna wait. And what I normally do, what helps is I don't copy trade. Like I told you guys, like if we fall to here, I'm gonna long with 2 accounts right there. If we fall down to here, I'm gonna long with 6 total, so 4 more. These guys being 40 points apart will probably stop in here. So I'll count like accounts 1 and 2, accounts. Sorry,
with no, it wasn't
3, 4, 5, and 6.
I wish it wasn't. Okay. I wish I could live in that world where that wasn't a real hand or that wasn't really cash.
And I'll hit it with like this many more. So these might take a small loss and I rotate.
The @ symbol.
So I like I have accounts A, B, C, and D.
Like, never type the @ symbol.
Maybe I want to trade account A here.
I've tried to do this with you before and it just takes fucking forever.
I fall at A, and then A takes a stop, then I get out. And A goes down to the bottom of the list. And then I trade it later on in the day. Now it's B's turn right here. Same thing with B. Move it to the bottom. If I make money, take it off the list. If I lose money, move it to the bottom, move on. The high organized my A
it's like every other trading day ever.
It's the account that has the most buffer.
So it's like literally
most P&L built into it. Some of my Lucid accounts have like 15K of buffer. That's the thing. I built 10 to 15K of buffer. So these accounts have $15,000 of profit in them. I'm just trading $250 a day to take the payout out.
Okay.
And so say like A is the one with the biggest. Say there's like 15,000 P&L in it.
Okay. What's your name on Instagram or Twitter?
Less, and then C would be the one with less, and D like they get smaller. So basically, the first trades I do, the riskier ones, is I always trade the biggest ones first.
8, 7, 6.
So if A like doesn't work and takes a loss and it's down to 12, and A goes down to the bottom of the list, then A can take multiple losses in a day.
Ready?
And it's fine. I'm trying not to
blow
blow up, but I rotate
Apex
through my accounts.
150K EOD.
Best ones first,
Last time I checked.
Weakest ones
but
last.
hey, What do I know?
Simple as that.
Said this like that's this L.
So you don't use a trade copier? Why? Right, because the cost, the inexpensive, right, good question, right?
You have
the inexpensive, cheap cost to fail in prop accounts gives you an advantage by not copy trading. Now, I'll trade every account manually, but I'll trade like, if I trade 2 accounts here, it's like when the price gets there.
Yeah, see, like
I'll
even if you were long
in one, and then when it's playing around, I'll click long in another. They'll have slightly different prices. But what it does is like, imagine, pretend blue sky, right? You're trading $30.
Here's the rub. I didn't play today.
You could essentially, in those type of
not only
firms,
did he pay for my dinner,
just
and Mike X's
falling long.
Can we do another predict?
Market's falling long, and a bunch of them. Market's falling.
Yeah,
Just keep
I mean,
long
is it
the whole way
overs
down.
or unders?
Even if you lose like 15 times.
Thank you.
And the market still rallies. The 2 that win
very much
have the ability to offset everything you paid to lose. Like now you don't trade like that, but I'm saying in theory. The cheap cost to fail means it's spreading out your risk because the markets don't just go up and stay up and go down and stay down. Markets chop around
now it's
a lot.
less things
so
that I
as
have to look
markets
at.
are falling, since half of the time it's chopping, if you're adding as you fall and spreading
it's the same reason why, dude,
out,
I used to respond to every single IG message. Obviously, with
one account might
64,000
make
followers,
money,
you
the
can
other 2
imagine
will
that's
bust,
nearly
but the
impossible.
$3,000 payout from the one that made money.
But I used to respond to every single
$250
every single IG message personally.
Does that make sense?
And then you get the
you don't do this in real trading. I spread bets out, but I don't trade real trading like that. This is a hack
respect for anybody's time or
in props. If you spread out your risk in multiple places,
I can't do this anymore.
You allow yourself to win when markets are chopping.
There are times
an example.
I do get some
market
messages
opens
that make
here,
it through the Great Wall,
and
the
you
filter.
long at the open, you make money.
Respond
Good.
to,
Okay.
genuinely.
Option 2: market opens here, it falls to there, you longed.
The nudes.
I mean, the account.
Does your data package handle that much?
Oh, that sucks.
Data being
Option
sent
number 3:
at once? Because if I'm sending you nudes, there's a lot of data to be sent. We're talking terabytes
long
per
again.
picture.
Market falls down. In scenario 1, you made some profit. In scenario 1, you lost and got nothing, even though you were right. In scenario 2, you lost twice. But in scenario 3, you lost twice. But in scenario 2, if you longed in both of your
prediction,
pivots,
good luck. How many
one of them
channel
blew
points
up
are you
and
full
one of
porting?
them made money, you're giving yourself the ability to not be right from the wrong place, because you were right on the direction, you were just right from the wrong place, therefore you lost even though you were right. Make sense? So when you spread out your risk, you give yourself more probabilities to be less accurate on where you enter and being better at it's not DCAing, it's kind of like DCAing, but you're playing 2 different high probability pivots. I'm not just adding to the same position just because it's red. There's a 60% chance that holds, and there's a pretty decent chance that holds too. So each one of these is a high probable event on its own.
What Davey is saying is
so therefore I
absolutely
won't trade in both
true.
of them. I'll just trade 2 accounts there.
It gets to the point where every other single person withdraws because of it.
I gave you an example just to make the math easier. If this is 90, and this is 10, and this is 90, and this is 10%.
Like, oh,
if there's
wow,
only
the
10% chance you break through this,
trade again.
and a 10% chance you break through this,
wow, insane.
then to break 1
this is
and
great. I'm
2
so happy that my phone went off for
is
this.
10% of 10% is
great
1%
information.
chance
Thanks
you
for
break
sharing,
both.
man. Oh,
So the fact that you have 2 enormously high probability events makes the likelihood of failing both of
nobody
them
wants, like, imagine like you're a normal human being and you're not you,
of the small,
right? And like imagine
so
like how many people actually want to get an alert on their phone from their busy day and like
this is
open
not
up
a
their phone and be like,
reality.
oh,
This
it's
is
the
a
guy that
mathematical
talks about paper trading.
probabilistic betting strategy that
I'm just saying in general, that was the last time I was paying
but in
attention
this
to the
example,
group.
the math is
was
something
like,
that
oh, this
happens
is just a
10%
waste of my
twice
time.
is 1% total.
He gets 0 replies.
There's a 10% chance you break the first one,
dude,
and
it's
then
not
a
just me.
1%
It's like
chance you
literally
break the
not just
second
me,
one
dude.
because it takes both of
Like,
us.
it's everybody in the group is saying the same thing, man. Like literally everybody is saying the same thing. It's not just me. I'm not being an asshole here. Like literally everybody's like, yeah, dude.
Like when you have clustered pivots together, like if you have 3 or 4 pivots right next to each other that are all like 60, 70, 80%, then you want to play an account in each one of them. Because who knows where this random fucking market's going to pivot at. Maybe one of them, maybe in the middle of it, maybe on some of them. And so the idea is to find out. Now these are 2 pivots that are really far apart. So in this example, I'm going to trade one and stop and then trade another one and stop. You okay? Is that too loud?
You're a very different person, you know? Like everybody's sitting here and being like, hey man, like
Okay. You need the heat pack? Okay. What's your doctor's appointment at? Where? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and rotating accounts. You guys will learn if you're prop trading that strategies like that, rotating accounts. And now it's the funny thing is I've always done this. Now, if you go watch like a lot of streams on a lot of streamers, a lot of them are trying to teach a strategy, but a lot of them still copy trade. You know why they copy trade? Because they want you to copy trade. Hold on 1 second. Hold on.
A gente tinha perdido hoje.
O Vini, assim, posso?
Vai.
Cara, o Vini, ele faz o gol, mas é muito pouco pro meu melhor jogador do mundo. De novo, a minha régua...
Mas é porque a seleção também não jogou, né?
Foi um golaço.
Foi, sem dúvida.
Golaço, mas o gol foi... Quantas vezes ele foi pra cima do Hakimi depois do gol?
Does that make sense with the strategy?
E detalhe, o gol não era o Hakimi.
The idea is like when you watch these people copy trading, trading 5 loses at once, trading 20 whatever it wants, and they do long one, short one, chain winner. What these guys want you to do, these streamers, they just want to maximize their income. If you copy trade, you're gonna
Pô, mas o Hakimi tem muita
It's a
qualidade.
mathematical
Só pra pontuar,
So they make
mas
a
entre, pô,
fortune
entre a Vini e Hakimi.
trading both sides of the
O
market.
Hakimi é o melhor do mundo na posição dele.
O
Vini não.
Vinícius.
O Vinícius, eu acho que ele... Eu tava olhando a estatística até onde eu vi no primeiro tempo. O Vini tinha tentado 6 dribles e tinha errado os 6 no primeiro tempo, tá? Então, no confronto direto, no 1 contra 1, o Vini não foi bem no jogo. Mas o Brasil teve 3 possibilidades de gol no jogo. 3. Uma, o Vini fez a jogada pela esquerda, botou a bola na cabeça do Igor Thiago, o Igor Thiago errou. 2, o Vini fez o gol numa jogada individual, ou talvez na única jogada trabalhada. E no segundo tempo, a única que o Vini passou, ele botou a bola no pé do Rafinha na marca do pênalti, o Rafinha deu um peteleco pro goleiro defender no meio do gol.
Mas
então,
é muito
assim,
pouco, velho.
É verdade, o Vini perdeu. Mas é muito pouco num cenário de um time totalmente desconjuntado. Na prática, o que a gente tem poderiam ter saído 3 gols no Brasil. Um saiu, gol dele, numa jogada individual. E os outros 2, 2 jogadas que ele criou. E o Igor Thiago cabeceou uma bola de uma forma bizonha, e a outra o Rafinha chutando da marca do pênalti, estava morto. O Rafinha no fim do jogo estava morto.
Got some lucid something or others. 50k pros, I think. Oh, 50k flex. I love flex. I'm trading flex right now. Why does it hurt? Yeah. Dang.
Nada.
I'm really sorry to hear
Então, na
that.
última linha, O Rafinha fez...
Big T.
The wheel has been spun.
We did. So it wasn't all for naught.
Nashi, congratulations. Let's pop up the chart here for these some high targets here. Nashi, type something in chat. Let me see. Are we back at highs?
This feels like some
The Nasdaq is back at physical contracts at highs.
So weird.
On the continuous, sorry, the continuous contracts at highs. Nashi, are you here?
Oh, fuck him.
Nashi with a bunch of eyes. Nashi. It would be great to know where I put my stop loss for bootcamp Q40 or R with the biggest 1 minute candle, but on your trade sometimes go way above 40 points, but you can't see where. Yeah, so a lot of times in volatile markets, it'll be bigger than 40. Yeah. It just depends. Paul says I'm here. Clever. Clever, sir. You clever beaver, you. Don't forget to make a prop score account, you guys. If you don't have a prop score account, you're missing out on the loyalty program. It'll go retroactive, but only to the date you made your account. So you have to make an account. So if you use code SCORE, by the time we launch a loyalty program, half of you will have enough points. Can you hear thunder in the mic? Dude, it's shaking the house. It's so big. Blood warning? Dude, it's crazy. We've had like torrential rain the last month or so. It's like, what's it, the El Nino, little like El Nino, I don't know what it is. There's like a special El Nino or something going on. I don't know. You know what's also so big? Why don't you tell me, Elliot? Why don't you tell me what? Fuck our plants. Did you cover up your plant? Very good. Somebody said, it's really loud. You're jealous, honestly. I kind of like listening to the thunder whenever I'm chilling and working. Ski bum. Like, did I not reset the list? All these bots are running. Actually, these are not bots. They're just probably people that aren't paying attention right now. Ski bum. You know what? Here's what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to clear the participants list and we're going to start all over. Type in Lucid again. Let's do this again. But I'm going to do it in like 30 seconds. So let's type it in quick. Yeah, maybe these guys are just not here for that. Both of those people were real people. They're going to be sad they didn't win. They're both here all the time, every day. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I know, the least sexy of days of all zeros. I have any. Oh, you know what I need to do? I need to flip some of my accounts though. for P&L because I do have 2 payouts pending, so I better make a trade. How am I gonna do? One of my accounts needs to make 250 bucks. Which one is this? Okay. Flex here. Yeah, I'll still wait. I'm in no. How many times? Trust me, Felipe. Congratulations. How many times I've needed to make 250 bucks and I lost $10,000 trying to do it? I'm telling you, I've done that so many times for these flip days. I can't believe. Have y'all done that before, guys? When did this happen? Amari. There's no resistance to the upper side of NQ. We'll have to find one. What's up, man? Like when? When you're driving? Felipe and Amari. Congrats. You guys are now Lucid 50K Flex accounts richer in your lives. We got some more Blue Sky to do in a little hot minute here, so y'all chill for a moment. Let's watch. Let's find ourselves, looks like there's some kind of volume and some kind of thing. Let's see if anybody, it's not really that violent. We'll see if anybody said anything or did something. Exactly 10:30. Oh, maybe just market close. Well, hold on. Iran's foreign minister negotiating agreement inflation plan on distrust, broker commitments, and past experience. State media. Iran throwing some hate our way. The various outer band might be resistance. Man, I gotta get that indicator, man. You guys are, I'm telling y'all. I love this song. Honestly, this song could be like a Grammy Award winning song. It's so good. Let's find out if we got anything else nearby. So hardest thing is we don't really have anything. Let me go back and see here. Try to find another yellow pivot. What area is that the Varus band? So Varus was what I love about this place. Like I invented something and you guys ran off with it and invented something even like might be even more useful than other tools we have, which is crazy. I love when people piggyback off the stuff we make. It's basically like almost like a Bollinger Band in a way, but it uses VWAP and the band is a risk interval. This is what I've heard. The Bollinger Band is not the same at all. Bollinger Band is like a standard deviation off of a moving average, which is much weaker. Ours is a risk interval off of VWAP, right? So it's like a, in theory, it seems like it's good. Like the market's gonna stray, outside of a risk interval from your VWAP. It's what I've kind of been taught. I don't really know what I'm talking about because I haven't gone through y'all's training on it, but if it's like that, then it makes sense. Well, we always know that the markets anchor themselves closer to the VWAP. In multiple, cases, VWAP is where markets are pivoting. But if you stretch like a risk interval beyond the VWAP, and you break it, that's obviously like an irrational market. It shouldn't be happening that often. It means the markets just move too fast and too sudden to have stability. Sounds pretty cool. VARIS stands for like volume average risk interval something or other. Is risk interval an RS proprietary CAC? Well, how to derive it is, yeah. So basically what it actually is CME span is a program that sets margin requirements based on distributed positions of portfolios that they have in their database. So like reportable positions, they know where everybody's positioned are. They can run a simulation that's like, what happens if the market falls 33% and 66% and 100%, or the portfolio loses that much. Then if the market moves X, Y, and Z, how does everybody's portfolio perform, plus all the longs and shorts? And they find the least impactful area, and they set the margin requirements such that whatever that expected range is, that you can get the maximum amount of allowed range without squeezing the most amount of people. They set the margin requirement to allow the market to fluctuate inside of that range. Anyways, we take the margin requirement and we reverse engineer that sort of ideal range that the market stays stable in without squeezing too many people, and it's called the risk interval. So we reverse engineered CME span. It's the first thing I did this in 2016. Hold on 1 second. Let me talk to my team real quick. What time is we going today to that thing? Okay, I'm just scheduling some meetings today. So let's see if we got any, we have no yellow lines there. We literally have none. We've literally thrown through all this. I don't know if we have one here either. Let me double check if this is one. I need to find some volume pivots. I don't think that's one either. I don't see any. Maybe S&P has some clues. So now I'm gonna try to calculate another one of these high volume pivots for you guys. Oh, S&P has 76.91. So we've got some move here. 76.91. Let me draw that one. See how even the nasty Iran stuff there's still a market's too bullish to fight off that, right? How much your risk interval in Nasdaq today? Yeah, so the risk interval is essentially that distance that markets stay stable in, 257.25. So the market runs 257 points. You're going to see a little bit of irrationality. So let me make a little box to draw. Let me demonstrate it really quick. 200 and let's see. Let me just, can I like coordinates? 257. So let's make this, let's just do like 500 and then 757. I'll demonstrate. You'll see how cool it is. It's let me try that one more time. $257.57. Okay. So this distance, right, is the distance of a risk interval. You see this? Look at this. From low to high. You see how that's almost exactly the same distance, right? The market fluctuates on periods of that distance. So that table that we give you gives you that magic number. I mean, it's such an anchor point to so many calculations we do. It's incredible. And that risk interval you'll see over and over and over and over again. Let me like copy this one and make like another one. Y'all can see it. Right, you'll see that the market, once it takes off, just like loves this distance. Like here's the consolidation break right here, right? Consolidation, then we broke and took off, and this created an event, right? So even from there, you can see that once you get that distance from the event start, you'll see some resistance pressure at that same spot. See right here? Look where we are. Oops, let me get off of that. You see where that right here? You see how it's resistance and volume once you get there? Let me zoom in a little bit easier to see it. Right here at exactly this boundary. You see right here? Look at this. See how that high volume spike overnight? Exactly there. It's the highest volume the whole night. One risk interval off of the bottom. Again, we reverse engineer this from margin requirements. Again, it's one of my first claims to fame in the indicator creation world that I'm in. And it's entirely useful. And these guys made a band that looks at the VWAP plus that distance, which we find that like beyond that band, the market becomes irrational. We avoid it, and then usually on the edge of the band, the market likes to revert to mean a lot. So the man can trade. You have issues with family and Top Step with latency and poor fills and slippage. NT8 trades via cash or sim do fine. Honestly, I've never really had an issue using Tradeovate as my... I mean, let me say never. There's been issues too. The sim-funded worlds are weird. Top Step is more prone to having slippage issues. Top Step X is just really bad. Rhythmic typically has no problems either. I went live with ETF and they used Rhythmic and I never saw slippage issues. Rhythmic is really good. CQG is really good. Tradeovate's usually good most of the time. So most of the major firms use the same API. So if the API has an issue, it would be on the Tradeovate side, not necessarily every firm. So everybody would kind of in the same boat. Like if Lucid was having delays in Tradeovate, so would Tradeify. You know. So it's not really. I wouldn't tie it to the firm more than I tie it to the platform or the API the firm is using. Have you ever used DX Feed? I haven't. No. I have not. I have not. Okay, we're gonna do some more. Let's see, we got some more giveaway stuff to do. Ooh, we got some more blue skies. Okay. A straight up run here.
You're not here to play around. You're here.
That smell good.
Bye-bye, baby. Let me give you guys a picture of what this indicator looks like. And this is one of our mods built this out of our stuff. Look at this. So it's like I don't know if this is a 5-minute chart. Yeah, 5 minute. So look at this, right? This is the risk interval. There's like a band of this risk interval around the VWAP. Look how crazy this is, right? I mean, it's pretty neat. And honestly, like it takes a lot for me to convince of something, but the idea is that the market, you know, always likes to revert back to VWAP from a risk interval, and it makes perfect sense because the whole point of the risk interval being that way, or the margin requirement being that way, is to limit risk of overexposure. And CME's span works on like a band sort of like a principle. The market falls this much, what does everybody's portfolio do? Now if the market falls this much, what about this much? Same way to the upside. So like the CME span is a set of ranges that looks at different types of moves plus volatility and how that affects portfolios. And they try to look for the least damaging allowance for volatility. So if they make the margin requirements bigger, the range is bigger. Margin requirements are smaller, the range is smaller. And so this sort of is like turning span in general, because you have like, you know, 1 risk interval, 2 risk interval, 3 risk interval are multiple risk ranges, right? So does it differ a lot from VWAP, SD bands? Well, yeah, because SD is just based on standard deviation of price, which is just not really useful. It's like a Bollinger Band. This is a hard distance stretch of a span interval. These are like hard set limits by the exchange itself, where when you set the margin requirement and you make the margin requirement very small, the market's going to oscillate this much around the VWAP. If you make the margin requirement really big, it's going to oscillate this much around the VWAP. Because the margin requirement is based on where everybody's parked their position. So if they're parked really far out and it's much more volatile, then it's going to be a much bigger margin requirement, therefore a bigger range. People's stuff is parked really tight, and they're going to tighten up the margin requirement, right? So this is like a visual representation of CME Span, which is a program that sets hard limits in the market of risk, right? They don't want the market to be like, they don't want, essentially, they want to make it to where if there's a bad news event or something, the market has to die very quickly. It doesn't die very quickly to a distance where that buffered range is that squeezes out so many people. If they make the contract too expensive or too cheap, it'll move and cause a chain reaction. The market will fall apart. The goal is to try to prevent chain reactions, if that makes any sense. That makes sense? That makes sense, right?
Order filled.
I need to make a trade. I'm gonna jump in and make a $250 trade. That's it. I gotta make something. I'm gonna chase the long on this breakout with just a small position. I need to roll this account 250 bucks. Where the hell does it say order filled at? Do I have something open somewhere? Oh, I do. I do. I'm just flipping one account for 250 bucks. That's it. That's it. Just it's a flex account. Oh, here's my bad. I need to make a quick 250 so I can flip it for payout because there's a payout today. I'm gonna ape into it. I'm gonna buy and then buy and then buy just all through here. Just to get 250. So I can get the payout. It's on day 5. I scared Joe with that order filled, huh? Order filled. I probably should have just aped into it earlier, but now I'm getting the itch. Just do it, like whatever. Blue sky, blue sky. I know, I try to mute that so I don't scare the shit out of you guys. There we go, and we're done. In and out. Alright, that was quick. Y'all can't say I didn't do anything. Alright, there you go. Hey, that was worth $3,000, so I get to pay out today. Oh. Let me tell you, just ape into the long. Like, that's a true trading strategy. We got some more blue sky. Going on. I don't know if you guys have you know, Houston has a Tex-Mex place called El Tiempo, and we were at Tex-Mex last night. Look at this tamale. Oh my god, yeah, I want that on my keyboard. Tamales, beans and rice. Oh, so good, so good. Why does have a shit connection? I don't know, dude. Every like at this time, every day at this time, my connection gets weird. That's what people say. Like right about 11 o'clock. I live in the richest area of town. I've got a 2 gig internet connection, and it still gets weird. I don't know. People do like stream buffers for a little bit. Again, let me give you guys some info about Blue Sky. We were talking about them earlier today. Blue Sky is your alternative to Apex if you guys used to trade Apex. Let me tell you why they're better in every single way. You like the $20, 90% off whatever style where your accounts are 30 bucks, 20 bucks. Cheap to fail. Cheap to fail basically means inexpensive when you trade. If you're failing a lot, you don't want to spend 100 bucks or 200 bucks each time you fail. Blue Sky gives the option to trade cheaply. Again, we just started working with these guys. I love the way it looks on paper. It's probably the next account I trade with after I get through Lucid. I love it. The idea is it's 2 days to pass an eval, 50% consistency. Okay. Hold on 1 second. Resets are... Where's it at right here? Hold on. One second. Let me talk to my team real quick. It is $49 for eval, and hold on a second. $49 eval, $250 on reset. Sorry, $49 to reset when you fail the first phase. And they have something called a buffer phase, which is almost kind of like a pre-funded funded phase, right? So normally, like an example is like Lucid is like 2 days to pass, 5 days to pay out. These guys are 2 days to pass, 3 days intermediate, then 1 day to pay out. So they give you like a middle step, which kind of kicks ass, because what really sucks is with like most firms, you do your 2 days or whatever, then you're on day 4 out of 5 to get your payout, and then you blow up at day 4. You got to start all the way over at the beginning. But Blue Sky's hook is that they allow you to start over in the middle, and that's pretty neat and novel, and a lot of people don't do that, and it's actually pretty cheap to start over in the middle. It's $49 if you blow up in the first 2 days, but in the middle buffer phase, it's actually $250. You can start in the middle. TPT lets you reset your accounts for like the 150K Pro is like 1,500 bucks to reset your funded. So when you reset a fund, it's slightly more expensive, but $250 is actually not bad to start over in the middle if you want to. That's a neat, novel thing. But anyways, 2 days to pass, some 50% consistency, no DLL. Thank God, I hate DLL. So it's pretty good. And then once you finally make it funded, it's 1 day payout. So once you get through the little gauntlet, which is pretty simple, and the best part is it's static once you go funded. And so it's in the same class of same day payouts like Tradeify Select Daily, TPT Pro, MyFunded Futures Rapid, FundedX Bolt. They're all the same kind of account. 3 days to pay out or 4 days to pay out or whatever. These guys add an extra few days in the middle, but it's dirt cheap to trade, which is the benefit. If you're on a value, that's our current recommended value account now. So you guys are like, I want to trade accounts that are like 20 bucks or 30 bucks. Blue Sky's it. That's the one we're now recommending. Everyone that trades here has said fantastic things about them. I personally haven't traded them, but I'm going to add them to the mix. Their scores are really good on prop score. This is why I like the idea. This is 9.2, which is the 3rd highest ranked. And it's static once you go funded, which is incredible. There's no trailing drawdown that goes with you. It's static out the door, which is crazy. Now you say, what's the downside? There's not really a downside. It's just a smaller payout. So while the same sort of pro and rapid accounts with MyFunded and TPT, you get $10,000 a day per account. These guys, you can get 3,000, or sorry, 2,500. It's a fourth of the price, a fourth of the payout. Simple as that. But daily payouts, you have 3 accounts once you're funded. You can still make $7,500 a day, which ain't bad for a $30 account. After activation, total all-in is $129, which is the same price as the total all-in. The 150K, 50K MyFunded Futures Pro is $126 all-in. 50K TPT is actually a little cheaper right now, but almost the same price. It's $2 difference for the rapid, which is beautiful. They came in hot with those plans. The static drawdown is a lot better. Yeah, it's technically easier. It's going to have a higher simplicity score. So with the 3 types of drawdown, the difference is why it's better in Apex. Apex is trailing drawdown. Trailing drawdown is, I don't know, is for mouth breathing cavemen. I don't know. Like if your trade's going up and your trailing drawdown's going up with you, and then you're up $10,000 in profit, but you still bust your account. Trailing drawdown is nothing short of a scam. And my least favorite part about my 2 favorite firms are they have it for 1 day, which kind of sucks. But it's easy to get out of it, easier to get out of it. But end of the day drawdown, only it's static until the end of the day, then it stair steps to the next level, and then stair steps to the next level. It's much easier. And then static, it just stays put forever. It never trails. Once you start making money, you're good. You don't have any sort of drawdown that's moving with you. So end of the day is a slower path where it moves to you. It moves up once a day. It's a stair step. Static stays flat. Statics are by far the easiest. Mandy, congratulations. They are the easiest accounts to pass. All things being equal. Yeah, trailing, TPT trailing unfunded is very sneaky. Right. Now, I do like it. TPT is currently my favorite firm I've traded with. And MyFunded Futures, TPT are my 2 favorite firms I've traded with. And yeah, the trailing drawdown is the one downside. Remember, every firm out there, every account is always like really good. There's always that one downside. All right, there's always something with it. So if you're to say like this blue sky of a downside, let's discuss it. Shimaram, type something in chat. In all honesty, the only kind of downside, quote unquote, would be that the drawdown is smaller. The DBP score is a little small. So the accounts are slightly tired, but not really that bad because it's a 50K with a 2K loss. It's actually not out of the ordinary. It's not so bad. Actually, not that bad. And the downside here is that it's just 2 extra days, right? If you really say that. But it's a 1/4 of the price. So you gotta ask yourself, if you're out there trying to battle Apex PA accounts and you're like wondering if the Apex's review is like the worst reviews on our entire site. So many people go through and they're like, man, I like that model, right? I don't have to pay a lot up front. Try Blue Sky out. That's our current recommendation for former Apex traders that want that same activation fee model. The score is definitely better than Top Step too, and I'm a big fan of Top Step also. Those accounts, similar model, similar price structure to Top Step, but better in every way. But yeah, you guys check out the old Blue Sky. Y'all let me know what you think. If y'all like them, I'll trade them too. Mandy, congratulations. 50K launch, you guys get to play with some of those. Y'all let me know what you think. A couple more giveaways. Did we do ETF? Oh, we have an ETF to go in a little bit. All right. We did TPT. We did all that stuff. Very cool. Giveaway's over, guys. Somewhere really slight. Okay, market's still going up. You see how even what's funny, because this is day 5 of a Lucid account, right? To flip to payout. What did I do? There was a dip. It went here. It just consolidated. We had a breakout high, and I just aped into the long and just made the money. This is $3,000 payout right there. That's it. I don't have to do much. Like I said, I could just continue to ape into the long, but you know, as you see, here's what the smart trader did. We know it's bullish. I'm not shorting it. I'm not being dumb. Trying to fight a bull market. We're back at all-time highs again, technically on the continuous contract. And somebody asked yesterday, like, how do you measure all-time highs? Let me tell you, there's a thing with all-time highs. Let me tell you, what's the all-time high in futures? Is a really weird question to ask because there's really not one, right? Let me give you guys a quickie little lesson. What is the all-time high in futures, right? There's actually 3 answers to that question, and none of them are right, which is the funniest part. There technically is no such thing as an all-time high in futures. There's just 3 different all-time highs, and neither one of them is the all-time highs. Like, there's no such thing as all-time highs in futures. You might say that sounds weird. Let me give you an example. Let me pop up a contract. ESM26, okay? Futures are individual contracts. The ESM26 contract has an all-time high. When you say what's the all-time high in S&P futures, that's not an easy question to answer. Every futures contract is trading from different points in time, right? June started here, right? The next quarter, you know, started trading here, and maybe it's trading a little bit higher. The next quarter traded here and is like starting a little higher. So at any given time, you have I'm just gonna make up something. M, U, Q. I don't even know. I'm taking some letters. Z, right? Z. And they're all trading at different times. Each individual contract has its own all-time high from some point in the past. As an example, right now, this is a cool lesson to have. There's no such thing as all-time highs in NASDAQ and S&P futures. You may say that sounds weird, but it's not. It's actually true. So for the M26, it has an all-time high. Individual contract does. Let me write it down. M26 is exactly 76.32. Okay, that's the June contract. Now I'm trading the September contract. So if I load up the individual contract, like U26, its all-time high will be slightly different because it's aiming for a different point in time. Futures are aiming for the value of the index at expiration. So June's contract is telling me that that's the price it was looking for. The current price is the price it thinks will be an expiration. September is slightly different. The all-time high for the September contract is 76.94. Aha, somewhere different. Okay, so yes, individual contracts will have all-time highs, but which one is your resistance, right? Well, trick question. Kind of hard to say. All of them, none of them. Because if I look at what's something called the continuous contract, like ES1 or /ES, for example, in Thinkorswim, you can see that Thinkorswim has a previous all-time high on the continuous contract, which is not really a contract at all. Continuous contract is a daisy chain of each of the individual contracts whenever they were the current front month in trading. Flips, right? Here's U, here's M, here's H. So in this period from green line to green line, this is the H contract. And then from this period, this is the M contract, and this period is the U contract. So we're comparing U's current price to M's all-time high. As you see, if I put my mouse here, this is 76.32. This is M's contract on the chart. There's another way when you're looking at continuous contracts, which most of you do, because you don't want to redraw your support and resistance every time. You look at this one. Now, this is the most correct chart for the index as a whole, but it's not the most correct chart for futures. This connects to the index more than an individual futures contract does, because this is looking at the current front month near expiration, which the discrepancy between futures and index is very light, closer to expiration. But still, this doesn't match the all-time high of whatever. As a matter of fact, sometimes the all-time high of the entire index is some contract back here that we had this example like back in this time. At this point in time, the all-time high was not this contract's all-time high. It was the previous contract's all-time high, which doesn't even appear on the chart. So you have 3 different all-time highs, which is, if you were to look at every futures contract ever, you have what I call the allest timest highest high ever, which is you have to look at every contract to find out which one peaked at the highest high. That is the technical all-time high of futures, and it's a useless number because it's some contract in the past that nobody trades and it doesn't have resistance. And it was an all-time high at some point. Like an example, if one contract moves up and another contract moves up and another contract moves up, and then the market nosedives for like 2 years. This contract's all-time high, which is 2 or 3 months later, once this one expires and this one trades and this one trades, you're trading on this one and its all-time high might be the all-time high at the moment. But when the other one's front month, so was this one's, and when this one's front month, so is this one. But you wouldn't know unless you went back and looked at every contract ever. Nobody does that. The allest timest highest of all contracts is the technical all-time high in futures that nobody actually knows and looks at. Nobody goes back. It's a useless number. So you either have the highest high of all the highs, or you have the current front month contract high, currently the U26 high, or you have the continuous all-time high. This is the I'm just putting A's, a bunch of A's. Don't do this one. You don't care about the all's highest contract that's highest forever, ever. Forget it. Either the front month or the continuous contract will all have, all 3 of those numbers are different. So somebody says, what's the all-time high in futures? We're at all-time highs right now. You guys are mostly referencing the continuous contract, and that's pretty much probably the second most correct answer to that question. It's not a bad answer. It might be resistance, but in reality, it's not connected at all because, well, what June was doing back here and what September is doing right here are aiming at 2 different points in time. So they don't even really relate to each other. You notice how we just walked through it and it wasn't even resistance, right? It's not necessarily the all-time high. The best way to gauge all-time high is actually on the contract itself, and then it's easier to say all-time high. Right now, the S&P is not at all-time highs, and I would say that right now, whereas you might argue and say, yes, it is. I might argue and say, no, it's not. At least per its own contract compared to itself, we haven't breached highs yet. So it's more likely that this level here, which is 76.93, is going to be a pivot rather than the all-time high of last month was 76.32. So a lot of times you'll see me draw these things right here just so I know that that's something to take note of. That makes sense? And we'll go here and we can edit this, and I'll call this all-time high of U26 contract. This is why I tell you guys, this is really good, a really good piece of information to take with you, my friends. So here you can see, like when we walk through what some of you guys consider the all-time high, right? Futures in your brain have never been at 76.46 if you roll over on the rollover date, which is recommended, right? But futures have definitely been above 76.46 plenty of times. This contract itself has been above 76.46. You just wouldn't know it unless you actually looked at it. This contract has a fair amount of contango, which actually traded like this one, just slightly higher. Like that. So currently, on its own merits, we haven't reached all-time highs in the futures market. But it might be more confusing because you look at something like SeuPaaai, right? And SeuPaaai also hasn't breached all-time highs. So if you guys want to know the most correct answer Am I the original Matt? Been seeing Brad a lot? We're trying to trick you so you don't ever know who's who sometimes. You gotta figure out. So the answer is more likely that the index is gonna reflect the current contract's all-time high, not the continuous. TLSPY is not at all-time highs yet. How the SPX is also not at all-time highs yet. So the more correct answer when you're trying to find out all-time highs in futures is not to put the continuous contract. Do we got it? It would imply we're at all-time highs in the index, and we currently aren't. There's a fair bit of contango between the two contracts that's causing that to be displayed that way. It's not the right answer. I tell people that if you want to know the true all-time high, you can go back with every contract and find the highest ever was, but it's not a useful number. Find the current high of the contract you're trading with and then call that the all-time high. And everyone out there will disagree with you because they'll say, no,